Alright, I'm here. I'm so here. I'm so ready. I'm so here. Dude, my fucking AC's out. Well, it's not out. Because if you guys are a real stream head, if you guys are really locked into the stream, you'll know that last August or so my AC went out and I had to get a brand new AC installed, which cost like a ton of money. So last night we see some water in the kitchen or in like the dining room. And there's water dripping from our ceiling. And then it ended up being that the AC was like dripping water. So the AC techs are coming out today. And they're going to fix my air conditioning unit. And they're going to pay for my ceiling damage or I'm going to sue them.
I've seen things that would scare you shellers.
Stealing from Johnny Depp again? Oh, dude, I totally forgot about that. Get owned, Johnny Depp. It's not that bad of ceiling damage. There's like a baseball-sized spot that's like where the water had been pooling up. That's like, it hasn't come through the ceiling. Any water damage, is it bulging down? Very, very slightly. And then there's a crack where the water was coming from. But I don't know, it doesn't really bother me because I mean, clearly someone's paying for this. Yeah? It ain't gonna be me. Like, ain't no goddamn way you get new AC installed and then within 8 months it's like dripping water and causing ceiling damage. That is someone's fault and it isn't mine. It's not like a drip tray issue either. It's just like it's dripping from a part it shouldn't be dripping from. Out of curiosity, were you going to watch the Season of Discovery new raid race today if there was any streams to watch it on? You know, if we're just super bored, I guess, but like, I don't know. Something about Season of Discovery just doesn't drag me in. Like, the classic Race World First is really cool because it's like an old iconic raid and you get to like live through some nostalgia. But like with Season of Discovery, it's just like, what are we even doing here? You know? Wait, didn't someone say the last one took like multiple days or something? But was that due to like something being bugged? Or was it just like impossibly hard? See, this is the trick. No one actually knows. What's up? It's me. It's your boy. Haruma Red scriptwriters need to get to work. We haven't had a banger from him in months. True, actually. But I kind of feel bad. I feel like every time we watch a Haruma Red video, I go in on the scriptwriters for getting something wrong. Like, they did a Race to World First best moments, and they put Young Dip hit that skip in the top 10, which, like, as a Liquid player and fan and everything, you know, I should be like, damn, that's us, shout out us. But, like, that moment was objectively not a top 10 Race World First moment ever. So imagine you're, like, the scriptwriter, and you're watching me react to that shit, and you're just like, damn. Max doesn't even like this shit. Why the fuck are we even doing this, you know? He's like the target audience for this shit. But I mean, I did like it. I just complain, I guess. Out of curiosity, were you going to watch the new SOD raid race if there was any streams to watch it on? Oh, I already read that. Wow, and my brain's cooked. And just like that, I'm cooked. I'm getting a haircut today, and I'm just gonna show a pic of Max. Bro, my hair isn't even good. Like, my hair right now, I get it cut to this length, and I have to, like, use product in it, which I didn't do today, to, like, make it stand up. Not, like, spike it, but just, like, mess it up a little bit, you know? But, like, if I don't do that, and, like, right when I come out of the shower, if you, like, press it all down, I look like a total fucking dork. So don't give him my shit. My shit is not good. Yeah, the old Julius Caesar cut, yep. Imagine if he did a stream where he only read YouTube chat. Bro, do you know what that would sound like? Instead of me, like, actually answering questions and shit, it would just be like, I bet he never reads this. Oh, it'd be nice if he read YouTube chat once in a while. That's you'd just be hearing me say that for, like, 8 hours. I don't even stream that long. I don't know why I said that, but I'd be... And then, like, every now and then it'd be like, all right, well, Jonathan Smith says, hey, Max, how do you think you're going to do in the next Race to World First? Okay, actually, I can't even slander YouTube chat for that because that's like what Twitch chat does. It'll be like 4 months out from the race. Be like, what's next tier looking like? Or just be honking, you know? Max, what's your fix for Oracle Disc Priest? Ah, man, it's kind of fascinating. Oracle. Because, like, how rare is it that, like, a class that's, like, just really, really good for raid just randomly has this crazy Mythic Plus niche? I mean, it's also, like, really fucking good in raid, too. I mean, Oracle, let's just say Oracle's really powerful. You know, it's just, like, really strong. That's just true. But, like, the reason it's good in Mythic Plus specifically is because of the shielding nonsense. But that's, like, kind of its bit. So, if you gave it a different bit, it would just be the same as... It would, like, lose its niche. So, basically, I feel like they'd have to completely redesign Oracle's niche for it to not be really insane in Mythic Plus. I don't know. But also, man, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't really care. Like, the race is over, so, like, the next time I'm gonna care about class balance is, like, next tier. So if you wanna hear all the spicy class balance takes, just listen to your local Mythic Pluser or healer main that isn't a priest player, and you'll get all that you want. I need some undercover raid content, boss. Bro, I'm on it. Well, I'm not on it, but... Oh, dude, shout out to whoever was in this Cinder Brew meadery with me last night. So I guess exactly these 5. Wait, is this Cinder Brew meadery? No, this is another one. This one, bro. These people. Snolly Goster, Mathramore, and Carol. And Animality. Yo, shout out those people. Because I was, and we were in the middle of a guild meeting, and I was just trying to get some fucking crests going, you know? And it was my first time ever doing Cinder Brew, so I had it done on my Mythic Plus thing, and that's the reason I got invited to this random key. I had Cinder Brew meadery completed, but that was when I was getting carried during raid. So there's a few dungeons I actually haven't done, and I know nothing about this season. So I haven't done, well, I've done meadery now, but I haven't done Priory, I haven't done the Motherlode, I haven't done the Rookery, and I haven't done Dark Flame Cleft. I know nothing about these keys. So I did a Cinder Brew meadery on an 11 while never seeing it, and I did fine the whole run. And bro, the last boss farmed the shit out of me, by the way. The last boss I absolutely turbo through. It was so bad. I died twice. How? I mean, we still timed it and killed it, but I died twice on the boss. So, like, here's what I didn't understand. So I'm just going to say this room right here, I guess. Oh, this is the worst room ever to make this argument. Okay, so let's just say this is the last room of the last boss of Cinder Brew meadery. So if you guys are getting fires to spawn out of, like, this thing, like the barrels, so I believe the fires go in this direction. They do this. I think it's, like, straight cardinal directions up and down. Okay, I didn't realize this until, like, probably 70% through the boss after I had died twice. So I was just in Vietnam out there, man. I was like, there was just shit popping everywhere. I was a melee right next to these things, and I didn't know what direction it was going to come out. I thought it was like random, like Rashok. And I was actually just in fucking hell. It was insane. I wish I was streaming it. I was screaming. I was like, bro, this boss is crazy. And then I like, while I was dead for like 5 seconds, I'm like, oh shit, they just always come out in the same direction, and then it was easy. Sod hype. Yo, when is that little race to world first so I can watch? Actually, I shouldn't say little. I feel like people will take that the wrong way. When is the race come out? What do you actually discuss in a guild meeting this soon after the race? The race. So we call it a postmortem. And it's just the race is over. We've had a couple weeks to collect our thoughts. What could we have done better? Let's talk about how much we slept during the race. Should we increase or decrease that? How were like the, how did like the health coach work? The times that we stayed up past our raid time, did that make sense? Vibes got down a few times. What caused that? How can we deal with it? We used a VOD reveal tool. How did that work? We fucking own. That was a whole topic. This is the first time. Not that this matters. This is like a caster point of view. But in every single... This is like a... You guys know like an irrelevant sports fact? Like, if you guys ever watched like a sports broadcast and they're like, this team has never won on a Thursday after a major holiday, and like going into the game, and it's like, this is just a fucking made up stat. Like, it doesn't matter, right? So a stat in the race has been, if Echo has ever killed a boss that isn't the last boss before us, they win that race. Casters love this fact, but it's like super not relevant. This is the first tier that hasn't been true. So they killed Sprocketmonger, and even in their words, they felt massively ahead. And then they lost. And I don't think it's ever been true before. Let's talk about that. We did, sorry. I'm sorry I'm like chewing my food really loud. Have you guys ever eaten one of these things? No free ads, but these little, the no BS RX bar thing. Bro, these things are chewy as shit. Did not expect that. Yeah, so another thing. So yeah, we did that. So basically it's a chance to get better. I think if you have this meeting right after the race, it's not really effective. I think it takes a good couple weeks of digesting what happened and then allowing everyone individual time to think about it, and then just create a space where everyone can talk about what happened. And in an effort, all of it's in an effort to get better. You want to get better as a group. We've done this before where we've won races and have been not incompetent, sorry, what's the word I'm looking for? Complacent. We've been complacent in getting better because, and admittedly, if you're not used to doing this, it's kind of hard to get better after you win. You have to really try, because a lot of the things you made, mistakes and successes, could just be drawn up to, well, it was the right thing because it worked. But that's not really how, like, problem solving works, like, there are things you can do suboptimally in a tier and still win. So it's about, like, really breaking that down. It's about really breaking that down and, like, figuring out what you can still do to get better. It's basically like you want to completely remove the fact that you win. Okay? Just, like, imagine you lose. Like, think about the tier went exactly as it did, but you lost instead, and just think about what you could have done to be better, basically. That's the whole point of the meeting. Just some self-improvement shit. Max, is Echo the only competition you think Liquid has in the Race World First? See, I don't understand why people ask me this. So, I've thought about this a lot. So if you follow the race pretty closely, I think you know the answer to that. And in the scenario, or you follow the race closely, you know the answer to that and you want to cause drama. It's like I basically you're fishing for me to say Method isn't real competition or something. I think that's what there's a decent chance that's what you want. Or you're like a completely new Race World First viewer and you like genuinely don't know. But I feel like 9 out of 10 times it's one of the first two things. Can you like diagnose yourself real quick and put yourself into one of those categories to see if what I just said was right? Because if you're just trying to start drama, by the way, I hardcore respect that. I love spreading misinformation online and causing chaos. Like, I respect the fuck out of that, bro. But I just don't know if that's what you're trying to do or not. The vibe I've seemed to got from Method, though, is I know going into this tier, they were peak confident. Like, I think for a while, they were, you know, hey, we're going to keep getting... Basically, the goal every tier was we're going to keep getting better. You know? Like, let's keep pushing, let's keep pushing. I don't think they ever, like, went into a tier before this tier and they were like, let's get world second or world first. Like, they were basically... You know, just continue getting better. Because you don't want to set unrealistic expectations. If you, like, start your first raid in the race world first and you're like, all right, let's win, you're, like, setting yourself up for disappointment, right? Where you could actually set a more realistic goal and be happy with your outcome. And morale matters, you know? But I think going into this tier, at least some of the buzz that I heard, and I know speaking to some of our former members that were in this guild that were in Method, just being like, how you guys feeling right now? And they were, like, super confident. They were riding a high after Nerebar Palace. They thought they, like, really closed the gap on Echo based on just, like, how that tier went. And I think they were feeling themselves to, like, do really well, which, by the way, is a good thing. I think some people look at that as, like offensive. Like, if I'm a guild, if we're us and we're like, okay, Method thinks they can win, like, we're offended by that. I mean, realistically, in this competition, to even have a chance of winning, you have to 100% believe that you can win. And that's, like, totally normal and perfectly fine to, like, hype and motivate yourself. You have to do that. But yeah, I don't know. I think going into this tier, they were, like, really hyped. They were like, yeah, we're gonna destroy. And I think, I don't know, but I think this tier is probably a disappointment for them, because for as close as they seem to the, closer as they seem to the top two after Nerebar Palace than they had previously, I think this tier was maybe a step back. I think, at least in terms of, like, how it played out. Like, how far they were, like, I mean, pull counts, it's hard to compare their pull counts to ours, but, like, their pull counts to Echo when they were in the same situation were, like, a decent bit worse on the bosses that I think mattered, or that were, like, they were literally on the same playing field, I guess. Like, there were some bosses where Echo, like Muggsy, Echo did a ton more information gathering. So I don't know. I don't know how your guild deals with that. Like I've been in guilds like this before. I don't know if I've had an exact correlation, but, like, the feeling of being really confident that your guild is at a certain level and then being shown that either you had a bad tier or it isn't, one of the two, that's, like, really devastating. I obviously hope they don't, like, lose focus or whatever. It's cool to have teams in the race, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I think, like, scientists should study the Race to World first, because, like, I feel like what Pieces went through in the past and what Method may be going through now, like, maybe Method, you know, gets really good over a certain amount of time. They keep investing and they eventually get world first again, right? Like, there's a version of history where that's true. And, like, that's a W, right? But, like, it also could be just the most cruel social experiment of all time. Because you have to get your hopes up every tier that you can win the race, you're also, like, there's a mental toll that comes with that. Like what Pieces did. They did win a race to world first, by the way. They won the Crucible Storms. But, like, for many, many years after that, it's like they did the same thing. They had to convince themselves going into the tier that they could win, only to have that fall down. And it's like, if we truly do live in a simulation and people are just running experiments on all of us, you know, I could just see a world where you could think, like, how fucked up is it that you know, they're just like letting these teams go through the constant cycle of uh building your hopes up and then crushing them. And then also every single time you start developing good talent, they just inevitably get stolen by one of the other two teams. So it's like, it's basically the social experiment of how many times can you get your hopes up and your dreams crushed before you quit. That's kind of the story of Pieces, you know? And Method's been, you know, basically been doing the same thing since they've came back, albeit they had to start over fresh and stuff like that. And this, I hope this doesn't come off as slander. It's just something I think about a lot. Like, it's like truly devastating what they have to go through, I think. Like, I'm just thinking, like, anytime we, like, get a good player, like, think about this. Like, we recruited Boomy, I think, like, 2 tiers ago. He's an officer now, by the way. He just got promoted. He is fucking nuts. Like, he's so good. I hope he never hears this, but, like, he's so good, right? Insane mental, great player, all that shit. Okay, now imagine every single time you got a player like that, they were just gone after the tier, and it wasn't for any other reason than, like, it was just a better decision for them to go to another guild that has a better chance of winning, probably makes more money. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, better support set. Like, just imagine every single time I recruited someone like that, they're just gone. That would drive you, at a certain point, that's going to drive you insane. And I feel like it's got to be hard to go through that and, like, really shitty. Now, keep in mind, I'm saying this from the position of being the guild that is taking these players, and I want to be 100% clear. I don't give a fuck about any other guild. I'm always going to do what's best for mine. If there's a good player I can get that's in another guild, I want them. That's never going to change. So I guess part of the problem here, want to be fully transparent with that, and I'm not changing it, but it also has to turbo suck to be those people. I think with Method, it's all mentality and expectations. I think to survive, you have to have a realistic expectation in the reality of the situation. If they can foster and nurture the culture of expectation, Method will be fine. Yeah, but do you know how hard that is over years of time, though? I'm just saying, yeah, I mean, obviously they'll be fine. I'm just saying, like, it's fucking hard, bro. It has to be so hard. Do you know what's so funny? This entire conversation started by what is probably just a completely bait troll Twitch account asking me to start some drama, but then it ended up just being a remotely interesting conversation. That's a W right there. That's a W streamer move. That's like prime Asmongold taking like old school Asmongold taking like a legit 10-second clip and turning it into like 40 minutes of content. They said it was genuine. Oh shit, okay, never mind. Max, what other guild do you guys recruit from the most? Oh shit. Okay, let's try to figure this out. I've actually never done this before. So I'm just going to kind of make it up. So is this like over the history of the guild? Because this is going to be way too complicated if I start thinking like 6 years of content. Or 6 years of like the guild. I've been in this guild for 10 years, so that's way too much time. Can we like cut it off at like... Alright, let's start from the beginning of BFA. Okay, so this is beginning of BFA. Who we got from where, probably not super accurate, just a quick think. Okay, just in case someone comes in late and wonders why I missed some people. Just like last couple X-Packs. Okay, so what are the main guilds we've recruited from? Let me just start writing some down and then I'll start accounting the players. So, Instant Dollars for sure. Echo, Method, Vodka, Fat Shark, yes. Should I hit Other? No, because Other is going to be just accounting for a lot of people. Is there any other major... Oh, Pieces. Oh, BDG. True, so true, so true. Anyone else? Any like major guilds? Let me just look at like the. Let me just look at like WoW progress right now. Yeah, nothing from any. I don't think we've ever recruited anyone from world rank 7 through 20 here. Not a single player. Yes, same. I don't think we've recruited anyone from any of these guilds that I'm looking at. Just vodka. Oh, Midwinter is interesting. The only thing is Midwinter was a really long time ago. But like that might be interesting for like OG conversations. This is like a little too long ago, but we did have a lot of. I mean, we had players from Blood Legion, Midwinter, Promethean. Yeah. Okay, so let's think about it. So players we have gotten from instant dollars, not any of the players that are constantly in the pipeline of going back and forth between the guilds. So players we have received from instant dollars. So number 1, Malarcus. I think he's currently the only active raider in the guild from instant dollars. Oh, I guess Hopeful too. But we also recruited Hopeful from Echo, so that would probably go from Echo, right? Yeah. So Malarcus is our only active raider that we recruited from instant dollars. God, Malarcus is the GOAT. He's so good. Okay. Also, I'm pretty sure he likes instant dollars more than us. Like, if basically, and I don't know if this is relevant, but if Malarcus was ever given, like, one of those things from, like, the Saw movies, where it's like, save this person or whatever, and he had to kill everyone from instant dollars or kill all of us. And again, I don't know if this matters, because not going to happen, but we're all dead. Okay, so instant dollars Malarcus. I believe we recruited, someone could refresh my memory, but I think we recruited Jacob from instant dollars. We did not recruit Atrocity from instant dollars. He went there after us, and he came from Encore. Oh, Encore should be on here. And that was a long time ago, though. Yeah, that's another long time ago thing. Probably doesn't matter. When did Encore die? Hold on. Nyalotha is Encore alive? I'd have to look at, like, NA. So, Progress, US. Let's go to, like, Battle of Dazar'alor, for example. Nah, they died. Also, I'm accused of killing Encore. That's not true, by the way. Oh, they were 20th? Oh, did I miss it? Okay, so they're alive in Battle of Dazar'alor. They're alive in the Eternal Palace. Did they die before... Okay, so they died going into Nyalotha, it looks like. I mean, that kind of counts. That kind of counts. We'll do Encore. Fuck it. That won't be too hard to account for. Okay, so instant dollars, Malarcus, Jacob, Twisted. God, Twisted's so good. I don't think he's still in instant dollars, though. Twisted's a fucking beast, dude. He's in Infinity now? What the fuck is Infinity, bro? Oh, right here? I'm assuming they're like lower days. Does he have a job or something? Raids per week 4. All sales are gold only. We're not partnered with any other guild. Infinity's a 12-hour raiding guild. Has been active since vanilla. Oh, yeah. 4 days a week, 3 hours a night. That's like... Is that half the hours of instant dollars? Maybe a third? Yeah, it must just be like a... Must just be a... like a schedule thing. Vil and Nori play there. Oh, yeah, I remember hearing about this guild. Who else is in this guild? Okay, that's like the officer rank. I don't know any of those dudes, but... Oh, I know... I don't, like, know Greg. He's just one of the few Gregs that are in top guilds. Yeah, Nori and Vil, obviously great players. Twisted's there. So, yeah, it's like a lower hour retirement home for good players, it looks like. Plus they have probably some natty good players that have just been there a while. Healer Greg and Damage Greg. Yeah, there's so many Gregs, bro. Okay. I'm really impressed with Mythic Plus Greg, by the way. I think that guy is very good. I also think Mythic Plus Greg could be good enough to play here. I don't obviously know that, but like the times that I've spoke with him, he seems really smart. He obviously would never have the time, but that's like kind of his bit, is he's like the casual player, but he definitely seems sick. Like if you can shot call like that in Mythic Plus, do really, really good damage, and all of the best players want to play with you, you've got something going on for sure. That guy's sick. Okay, who else was from Instant Dollars? Cryptics? I think we recruited Cryptics from another guild. Okay, we did also recruit some other people from Instant Dollars that I think didn't end up working out, or maybe they're just now in Instant Dollars. Like, let me look at Instant Dollars roster. Just, maybe this will probably help. Instant Dollars is so good, by the way. I think Instant Dollars is like an insane guild. They're never going to do this because it just simply doesn't make sense, but I would be really interested to see how they would do in the race. Not like first tier, but like after like a couple tiers of trying, I wonder how good they would be. Like no one in their first raid would. You could be in your first raid in the Raced World first, and you could have players that are significantly better than Echo and Liquid combined, and you would get smoked. Experience is just way too important. I would say Hopeful is from ID and not Echo. I mean, how can you say that, though? Like, we tried to recruit Hopeful from ID. He didn't come here. And then he went to Echo for 2 tiers, and then we recruited him directly from Echo. How is that not from Echo? It just is. You know? Okay, let me look at Instant Dollars here. So I think Trying... I could be making this the fuck up, by the way, but I think Trying was a healer in this guild at one point. It didn't work out, and then he's a mage. The reason I think I have that wrong is, like, usually healer to mage is not a normal... like swap that someone makes. So I don't even know if this is the same person, but I know I think we had a healer named Trying at some point. I just don't know if he was from this guild. Does anyone know if that is the same guy, or even if it is the same guy? Oh wait, no, maybe it's this that I'm thinking of. Is it Belade? Yeah, we tried Belade. Okay, but I don't know if we recruited Belade from ID or if he went to ID after he didn't work out here. I don't remember. Fuck. I need to be able to DM someone about it. Let me DM Scott. Scott would know this. Did Belade... Oh, he's offline. You recruited him from BDG. Max, you recruited him from... Oh, wait, okay. Someone in chat's the plug. You guys know what's up. Okay, so Belade was from BDG. Okay. All right, anyone else from Instant Dollars specifically? Let me look through their roster. Let me go to the actual raiders. You can put Evade there from BDG. Yeah, we're not trying to jump around too much. Wait, Jundies, Instant Dollars player. Is that the plater everyone uses? I didn't know he was like a top player. Yeah, dude, that guy's plater is sick. Okay. Jacob was a really good player, by the way. He was not someone who came to this guild and didn't work out. He just basically couldn't do the times or something. Jacob was sick and very well liked. But I already have him on the list. Oh! I'll wait till they stop working. All right, they've mostly stopped, but yeah, they're hype. Okay, okay, so Cryptics is in Instant Dollars, but I'm almost positive we recruited him from a different guild and then he went to Instant Dollars. Was Cryptics from Vodka? I think, bro, I'm going to make this up. I think we recruited Cryptics from Vodka. Making it up, though. But I'm pretty sure he was from Vodka. Okay. He picked dollars over liquid. Wait, who? Yeah, a lot of people. It would totally make sense to pick instant dollars over liquid, right? Like if you're trying to raid at a really high level in this game, but you want to make like 6 characters, I don't know how many characters they require, but like 4 to 6 characters instead of 15 of your same guy, and you also want to raid 5 hours a night instead of 15 hours a day, I feel like there's just a very obvious, like they're the best guild in the world that doesn't raid Race to World first hours. It's an extremely attractive place to raid. It like totally makes sense why someone would want to raid there and not here. Some people literally can't do our times, but they could do those times. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna... Okay, does anyone off the top of their head, before I move on from instant dollars, how many other people do we recruit out of instant dollars? Does anyone else remember? Anyone else? I'm sure there's more. Hardy? Oh, yep, Hardy. So true. Kingfly? Kingfly joined this guild a long time ago, and I'm pretty sure it was from a TM Sean guild. I don't remember what the name of the guild was by then, though. Kingfly recently retired, like, after this last raid. So rest in peace. Well, he's not dead, but, like, you know. But, yeah, he, I think before that, I think he might have been the most senior member in the guild, or very close. So shout out Kingfly. You killed Kingfly? He's just simply not dead. Alright, boys. More here. Alright, is it just Hardy? Is this the only people we've recruited from instant dollars? I guess we're moving on. Alright, people we've recruited from Echo. Alright, so this one's a little complicated because we've recruited a player from Fat Shark, yes, and from Echo, and I think they should probably count for both. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. But number 1, most recently hopeful, we have Wolf Disco. We have Tobo. But I'm also going to put Wolf Disco in FSY. Because we recruited Wolf Disco from FSY first, then he came here, then went to Echo, and then we recruited him back. Now for a season? Technically true. Yeah. I mean, that just is true. But he also went back, but we're not counting people going back. Okay. So I think that's it from Echo. That was fast. From Method. What players have we recruited from Method? Shay. Is that it? No, there has to be more. There 100p has to be more. Spen? No, Spen went to Method after joining this guild. We got Spen from BDG. It's just Shay. Alright, that's easy. Okay, so we were just talking earlier about how Method keeps getting all their players stolen, but we are, like, so not even the bad guys here. Alright, Vodka. Now, this is about to go stupid. From Vodka, we have... I'm Fired Up. We have Boomy. We have Cryptics. I think we recruited... No, Dryny came from BDG. But he was in Vodka at one point. Or did he just join? Oh, and Yips. Bro, Vodka is the fucking plug, by the way. Yips is crazy, too. Dryny was in BDG. I'm pretty sure Dryny... I'm almost positive Dryny... was, like, in either Vodka or BDG for a week before joining Liquid. But he technically came from those guilds. But he was, like, in another one. I think it might be just this. Let me double. No, because they wouldn't have went back there. Maybe they did. You're welcome. Oh, yeah. Cinny. Oh, Cinny came from... Dude, Cinny's sick too. Dude, holy fuck. Okay. I think Vodka is probably in the lead for this because, like, Cryptix was a really great player too. We just didn't need extra of his class at the time. But, like, Fired Up, Boomy, Yips, and Cinny are, like, basically in the raid all the time players. And I can almost guarantee there is no guild that has 4 of those. Actually, Fat Shark Yes might be. Fat Shark Yes might be. Pieces left for Liquid too. Oh, that's true. Yeah, we did get Pieces. That was a long time ago. I forgot about that. That was a long time ago. Does anyone else remember anyone else? Fired Up is the best player in the world right now. Dude, okay, I'm not even like, I love Fired Up. Fired Up is one of the best people I know. He's great. He's a fucking insane player. But, like, when you guys are saying these people you've never played with before are the best player in the world, just know you're just totally making it up. You have no idea if that's true or not. Like, I know you're a fan, but, like, that's just crazy. Like, he wouldn't say that. No one in the guild would say that about themselves. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like if I were to tell you right now, if you were to hold a gun to my head and tell me to tell you with accuracy who the best player in this guild is, I would die because I just genuinely don't know. There's so many people you can make that argument for. And they don't do exactly the same thing, so you don't really know. Dude, I don't know why that bothers me so much. Shouldn't I just let people just think shit, you know? Like, if someone just says Fired Up's the best player in the world, should I just be like, you're right, bro. Fucking have fun, you know? Or why do I have to be like this? All right, I don't know. I don't know why that bothers me. Okay, so I think that's it from Vodka, but they are fucking crazy farming right now. That's insane. Fat Shark, yes. We got Wolf Disco, Scott, Impec, Zasevi. I think Suri might have been from Fat Shark, yes. Like, very briefly. A Shine, most recently. Oh, no. Yeah, this is... Is Wolf Disco from Fat Shark, yes, and Echo. Yeah, I know that's controversial for the list here, but I feel like it makes sense. It is one person coming from 2 different places, but we recruited Wolf Disco from Fat Shark, yes. He raided here for like 2 years. And then he went to Echo, raided there for like 2 years, and then is now back in our guild. And he was in our guild for this most recent raid. So I feel like we both separately recruited Wolf Disco from Fat Shark, yes, and also recruited him from Echo. I feel like both of those things are true. So I feel like it makes sense to do it like that. But yeah, the... Also, I don't care. It's just it's a list, right? Now played in Liquid? Yeah, multiple times. He played Havoc Demon Hunter for us in Battle of Dazar'alor, and he played Tank for us in Nihilotho. I think that's it from Fat Shark, yes, but that's also, like... I mean, Scott, Impec, and Zevi specifically have been... I mean, 2 of them are officers, and if anyone unironically has a claim for, like, being the best player in the world, I don't know if there's anyone in the game that's just better than Impec. He's insane. So, I think, certainly as good as anyone. So, I think, man, Fat Shark, yes, and Vodka right now are in an absolute fucking... And Ashine just joined. But yeah, this is like an absolute fight to the death here between these 2. Ben? I don't remember when Ben's been in this guild, was in this guild like for a long time. Like before this list. I don't even remember what random guild he came from either. Okay, so people we've recruited from Pieces. KSP. Now keep in mind... Okay, wait. If we're talking about recruiting people from guilds, does it count if we recruited them after their guild died. So, like, by the time when they were being recruited and when they joined, their guild was actively dead and not alive. Does that count? It shouldn't count. Okay, well then I think we recruited literally no one from Pieces. Because we recruited Splat, KSP, and Lummel after their guild died. Actually, that's not quite true. I think what happened is their guild was about to die, and then we recruited Splat, who I think was an officer in their guild. And then we might have tipped it over the edge and killed it. But, hold the fuck on for a second before you start getting mad. We recruited, like, legit one person from their guild before they died, and I think Echo took, like, over 10. So who really killed Pieces? Let's talk about it. It needs to be talked. Well, it doesn't need to be talked about because it. But yeah, you know, who knows? Who truly knows? Okay, so let's just count them anyway. Fuck it. So Splat and then KSP and Lummel. I wonder how much that has had an impact too. Like, we recruited Zevi, who was Fat Shark Yes's raid leader, and we recruited Lummel, who was Peace's raid leader. And then they both have, like, large impacts in the guild in some way. I wonder how much value it is to recruit not only a good player from a guild, but, like, also a raid leader. And someone that has that, like, experience. That makes sense? Okay, more. Now, I think BDG might win, and it's going to take a long time for me to actually figure out how many we actually got from BDG. So, Evade, Mavie. I didn't put Dryny somewhere, but I'm telling you, I remember this because there was drama surrounding it. Dryny, either before he joined this guild, Dryny joined Instant Dollars, Vodka, or BDG, and we recruited him, like, literally 1 week into his trial. So he was technically from one of these guilds. I just simply don't remember which one it was. Like, I don't even know if he actually raided with them, but he was in their guild. Like, he was in their Discord and shit. Who is the oldest guild member besides me? I think it was Trill, but he took a couple tiers off. So if the taking a couple tiers off doesn't matter, it's him. But if it does matter, which I think it probably does, I think it's Lip. Lip is the most senior member of the guild. Lip has been here since Tuma Sargeras Farm, so, and Taurus. And I think almost everyone else joined after Old Year. Kingfly joined after Old Year, I think. One tier later. Or after Antaurus. Okay, no old, like, age, boomer. I don't think that's what they were asking. I mean, I respect you taking the shot to just call me old, but I don't think that's what he was talking about. Oh, I want to mention one thing, too. I am going to have, like, AC people come over to the house anytime between, like, 2 and 5, and right now it's 12:40, so just be aware that that might happen at some point. How old is the guild anyways? Max, when did you guys steal? The guild is... We formed in Blackrock Foundry Farm. So I believe we formed in 2014, so the guild would be about 11 years old. And that's how long I've been in the guild. Also, I recently thought Boomy was the youngest officer in the guild because I think he's 21 or 22. But bro, I was the youngest officer in the guild. Get shit on. Get fucking shit on, Boomy. I have the fucking record. Alright. Boomy's an officer now? Yeah, as of like 2 weeks ago or something. Okay, BDG. There's more BDG, by the way. There's like so many BDG. A lot of failed players that failed that, well, we don't do trials, like players that didn't work out that we did recruit from BDG. They're like a lot, if I remember. It's going to take a historian to remember this. Oh, I believe Smacked came from BDG? I think. And by the way, I'm going to take some time to gas up Smacked here. This dude this guy's insane. So, for our guild, he was like a multi-classer man. He played a lot of things. He played like Feral and Amir Drasil. He played Warrior in a previous raid. He's just like your run-of-the-mill melee multi-classer. And then going into this tier, he was like, oh, I need a healer. I'll heal. Like, I want, like, not like, hey, you have to heal. He was like, I want to heal. And then we tried it, and then he played this tier on a spec he's never played in progression before, and played as good or better than every single one of our healers. Like, survivability stats, looking back at logs, legit unkillable. Unkillable player doing insane healing first tier. In a situation where finding healers in the race world first, by the way, is the literal hardest thing to do. It's the hardest role. It is the most impactful role in your guild. It's not arguable. And having someone in your guild choose to do that for you rather than recruiting someone, which would take years to get them the experience necessary to be effective, and then being that good in your first tier is literally fucking insane. Like, unheard of, never happened before. Crazy shit. Who else? Who else did we get from BDG? Bro, I know we recruited more people from BDG. I mean, I would just have to look back at the here. You know what? I think we recruited Spen from BDG. Let me just look at like a big dumb guild versus like Denathrius. I think that was their first guild or their first boss they did as a guild. Maybe they actually have like a YouTube channel. It appears they do. Please tell me you have some nice kill videos. Oh boy, they do. Nice. Top viewed kills. Okay, they did a big dumb guide. How about some boss kills here? Max, wasn't Nick recruited from somewhere? He was. I believe he was in a super random guild though. Man, imagine if you're from that guild that he's from and you're not super random and I just fucking said that shit. Okay, fine. World first Mythic Shriekwing. What do we got here? Look at the raid frames. Oh, Saraline. He never raided in our guild, but we did recruit him. Does that count? No. Okay, he had quit the game, I think, and then joined our... I don't remember if we actively recruited them from their roster. Impact was in the guild, but a long time ago from a different guild. Champy, Subs, Thune. Yeah, none of these people. Okay, so let's go forward a few raids. So not Shriekwing, but let's look at like... Okay, here we go. BDG versus Mythic Sylvanas. Let's look at this roster. What do we got here? Oh my god, that UI. Holy moly. Any different ones? Yeah, okay, Belade. So I was right that we did get Belade from BDG. Anyone else? They're smacked. Nope. Oh, Doravon is Doravon is a really, really impactful and important analyst for us, but he's not a player. But we didn't recruit him from BDG, I don't think. I think BDG was dead before Doravon started working with us. I'm like pretty sure. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, I thought we recruited way more from BDG. I honestly am kind of like spooked about it. I'm pretty sure. When did BDG die? Does anyone remember? They made it a while, right? Did they end up doing Sepulcher? Did they live in Sepulcher? They died after Vault. Okay, well, where the fuck are their Vault kills, bro? Wait, maybe they're up here. No, the Vault kills are up here. What about their, Oh, Mythic Rygolon. Perfect. Sepulcher. Who do we got? No. Spen. So we were right about Spen. And then no one else, okay? And then they died after Fyrakk. Wait, they raided that entire other expansion? Okay, hold on. Mythic Dathia. Oh, we recruited Rafkar. Oh, Rafkar and Coltra, I think. Both from BDG. I think they both only rated 1 raid here, but that definitely counts. Then there's Dazer. We already talked about him. Some more POVs, maybe? Oh my god, this UI. Oh, and we're doing a crazy transition right now. Okay. No one else. No one else. Bro, I already put Dazer on the list. Max would love to have Ellesmere. I don't know if we've ever tried to recruit Ellesmere. I don't believe so. And then you guys said they did the next 2 raids, so they did, if they died in a Miradrasil. Oh, yeah, because you're right, BDG Brick guy. Is there a kill video here from there? Did they stop making kill videos? What about, like, BDG Sarkareth? Mythic Sarkareth, World 4th BDG. Okay. Coltra, Rafkar. Nope, none of those people. And then their last tier, BDG Tindril. Well, this is when they did not great in this tier, right? Let's see if we got anyone else from there. Nope, that's it. That's it. All right, cool. So that's it. So BDG, I believe, has the most total amount of people that we've recruited. Currently in the guild, though, I think only Dazer and Smacked. Maybe he's an analyst. Evade isn't playing. Wow, that means Spen was in BDG. Spen was in BDG, Liquid, Method, and then now Echo. Is he the... Question, is Spen the only person to have been in 4 Race to World First guilds? Toba was in Method, Echo, and Liquid. ID and Fat Shark, yes, aren't. They're not, they don't go for the race. Now? Well, Now was in Echo and our guild. Did Now ever raid for another Race World First guild? No, he didn't. Unless you mean Method before they turn into Echo. That's the same guild, though. That's yeah. Wait, did Now play for Method since Echo and Method became separate entities? I don't think so. Yeah, no, that's not true. Okay, so who did we recruit from the most? I feel like we've gotten a bad rep for people are like we just steal instant dollars players. Question, did we give, not really give, but has instant dollars received more players from us than we have taken from them? Let's just let's just go ahead and count. So Echo 4, instant dollars 4, Method 1, Vodka 6, FSY 5, Pieces 3, BDG 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, 8. And then Encore, I forgot, but Encore is Atlas, Goop, Atrocity. Just 3. There's probably more, but I don't know. Where did Shaq come from? Bro, no one knows where that guy came from. Not from this earth, I'll tell you that. It came from Quebec. Okay, just for fun, separate tab, players we have taken from instant dollars, players that have gone to instant dollars from this guild. Okay, so funny enough, 3 of the people on that list, Jacob, Twisted, and Hardy, have gone 2 instant dollars from Liquid. So has Atrocity. I think Jet, but like a very long time ago. Zyro. Okay, Zyro. Come on. This makes sense here. I don't know what kind of argument I'm really trying to make, but... Alright, let's go. Are we still on instant dollars page? Alright, who else here? Okay, it's actually just those people. It's actually not even that many. Fuck, my whole argument is ruined. I did not expect this. Belayed? Yup. Yup, actually. Think about it. Cryptics? Dude, so true. So true. Someone has to say it. Hey, yo, let's talk about it. All I'm saying is it's a conversation. I'm just gonna bank that information in my head for a scenario in which instant dollars is mad at me for something. Now, small asterisks. Almost all of those players were not recruited out of our guild to go there. They just went there after they were no longer here. But that doesn't matter. That is irrelevant. Max, are you watching the sod race in 7 minutes? All right, give me a stream I can watch it on. I'll heat up some food. Did Trill just spawn into the race world first? I recruited Trill way long time ago, like in Legion. That's just too long ago. Max, they were not able to perform at the highest tier, so they had to leave. Of the instant dollars players that went from this guild to instant dollars, I mean, yeah, just like a decent mix of them. Some of them went to instant dollars because they couldn't do the times anymore here, and some of them went to instant dollars because we demoted them. It just depends. Who's like racing for the thing? Who's someone that's racing? Who got like in quotes world first in the last raid? Demoted equals you are a trash player? No. I'm actually it's kind of brutal, and this is why demoting people sucks, but like we have demoted people from this guild that would be the literal best player in like almost every other guild in the world. Like except for like maybe 4 or 5 or at most 10 of them. But what we're doing is a lot of times like recruiting the best player in like a top 10 world guild and then hoping they work out, and sometimes they don't. But it doesn't mean they're bad. It's just maybe they don't fill a need that we want, or you know, so something like that. Like if at any point you are ever even just a new member in this guild, you raid one raid and then don't work out, you're definitely real good. Like that, at least in the last few years. Like, because you don't even really make it here unless you are the actual best player in a top 10 world guild usually. Max, which demotion was the toughest? Birch, and it's not close. It's like not even fucking remotely close. All right, let's see. Let's hit this. So who on who is the guys? Who's like an actual like Sanctum of Domination, Season of Discovery? Okay, so Jordy, right? Doesn't Jordy usually do like high level stuff? I've watched him for like the classic race before. Sarth, is Sarth's guild going stupid for it, or is he raiding in a streamer guild? Oh no, he's doing it in the streamer guild.
Who's doing it in like a non-streamer guild that's expected to go real quick? Like, I don't even know if anyone will know this. Maybe Sanctum doesn't have like a hardcore scene. It's literally just streamers. All right, someone in chat made up Alaundo. All right, let's see if this is right. Ooh, Scarlet. His title is so based. Scarlet Enclave raid with a side of hate watching. Max Arcos TTV won last time. Okay, did you make that up? Fake fresh, fake fresh, fake fresh production. Oh yeah, dude, these guys are locked in. They're not even showing their POV until the raid goes live. These guys are actually locked the fuck in. These guys are so fucking locked in. Wait, are they going dark just like... Are they just like not even showing their POV? That would go crazy. All right, 1 second. Let me go grab some stuff. Let me go grab some food to eat, by the way. Oh, hi, Lily. What? What? What's up? What's up, dog? Hey. Do your all's dogs ever just want you to do this? She just wants you to do this. And she likes to put her nose on your face. That's all. Alright, I'll be right back. All right. We're here. Oh no. Turning on the sound. Wait, did anyone else Discord just crash? Cool. Why is there a pinned message saying you talk too much on my channel? And much is spelled wrong. Wait, so what's the actual raid here? It's Scarlet Enclave. So is this like a literal new raid, or is Scarlet Enclave like a dungeon or something that they turned into a raid? Brand new, never before seen, brand new untested raid. Wait, that's kind of sick. That's kind of sick. Okay. This guy has a follower notification that's showing a girl, and then the sound file is, "What are you doing, step bro?" Bro, this is the most average, like, competitive classic player POV, by the way. Like, that is just like the most normal classic player. If that shows up every time, though, we're just going to want to watch a different stream, though, because that's just going to be annoying. Does it just show up every time someone follows? If it's the follow, if it shows up again, we'll just find another PV. Is there anyone else in their team streaming? Wait, are they not streaming their comms? That's actually kind of boring. Yeah, we're leaving the stream. Let's watch Sarth, dude. I mean, I guess we'll just watch a streamer guild.
Hey guys, I need to make this like bigger to see me on the fucking on the meters. Watch. World first run, no sound.
Wait, what the fuck? They all just got... What was that fucking lightning shit right there?
Jumping WoW chat.
Are they not streaming
That's so...
comms?
How do you even do it?
Yo.
Oh my god, it's so loud.
Does this work?
It's breaking my fucking voice, dude.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know if this is the vibe to watch this right now.
I don't know.
Like, dude, I would want to watch this if it was like people who I know are like interesting and good at problem solving, and it's like the Race to World First, right? Like, why do you guys watch the Race to World First? I mean, there's maybe a few reasons, but one thing that I would enjoy from it is like listening to people figure out a boss and then being like, oh, that's what's happening, and then like you as a viewer listen along and you're like, oh, maybe what I would do is I would do this to help solve that, you know? But like, I don't know if I'm gonna get that here. There's no comms because Discord is down. Oh, that makes sense.
Bad idea.
Max, bro, problem solving is not a thing in classic WoW? Really? You don't think problem solving is going to exist in a untested raid that they've never seen before? I mean, aren't you going to have to do that? That's like that's kind of the whole point
It's
of
over.
this.
We over aggroed already. Look at these. Look at how flashy Saw it is. Holy crappa. Holy crapparino. Look at that Shadow Bolt volley. That's all he pressed one button.
So I'm assuming they're
Broken
just, I mean, they're
glass.
just doing trash right now, right?
Confirmed. That's
Max,
absolutely
please
insane.
watch
Where's the
Allow
music
Windows
in here,
POV, by
though?
the way. You at
Music?
least get a laugh. It's the same
Kinda
raid.
chilled out.
Okay, I strongly
But I know
feel
that
like
music on
what
loop.
you just said is wrong, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's see. What are we laughing about?
Looking very melee friendly.
Oh, this
Dude, I
guy's
don't have
funny.
expertise, by the way. This is
Oh,
cringe.
shit, okay. I think my food's ready as well.
Is this a boss? 3.7 million HP. What the fuck? Any debuffs?
Ooh.
Any
Ooh,
debuffs?
good call. Thinking about the debuffs.
Any debuffs?
Who's just going to keep screaming
Any
any
debuffs?
debuffs? Dude, so true.
Any debuffs?
Okay. This is problem solving
Any
at work,
debuffs?
chat. This is how you problem solve. Any debuffs?
Ah, it's all dodge, dude!
This isn't a boss, right? It's got to be like a little mini boss.
Any debuffs? What the fuck?
Max,
Dude, the
this is
mob-
the guy that was
No,
yelling.
seriously, do the mobs have evasion?
Max, this is the guy that was yelling breathe at the OnlyFangs raid, by the way. Man, if only you knew how I could not even possibly know what you're talking about. I don't like what does that mean? I did not watch a single minute of OnlyFangs content. Okay, here we go. I guess what else are we watching here? There were just a bunch of clips of him hate watching them. Oh, I did see a clip of that. I can respect a good hate watch. I will say. I don't know. This is looking insanely boring. Is it? Have they fought a boss yet? Are they? How many bosses are in the raid? Do we know? No one knows anything. I guess that's also cool. Was what they just killed a boss? I'm assuming no. There's 8 bosses. Oh shit. No bosses yet. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Dude, you know how right I was, by the way? I was like, I don't think I'm going to laugh when watching this POV, and this guy in chat was sure I was going to like it. Y'all just don't know me, dude. You gotta just know me.
D for Discord. End task. Okay. And Discord.
I'm just going to watch Sarth. I know Sarth. I've hung out with Sarth a few times.
Okay, okay. All right.
I don't know any of the rest of them like that.
Oh, we got a big pull up there, boys. We got a chonky pull up there. Are we gonna aggro him on accident? I kind of hope so. I kind of want us to.
All right, I'm going to grab my food
Bring
while
them
it
to
seems like
us.
they're still doing trash. I also, if this isn't interesting, we'll probably do something else. It might not be. I'm not sure.
All right, Discord's definitely not working for me. How do we make? Does anyone know how to make raid chat not insanely loud? Is there like a?
The voice comms? It's
Setting.
gotta turn down, yeah.
It's just so loud. Oh, Discord's open.
Bro, this cathedral music just blasted me. Holy fuck.
Oh, it's so much.
We got a pet here. Let's pull that pet. We got the whirlwind in there too.
This trash doesn't feel like that bad compared to Nax.
Yeah, you just gotta be careful for those Praetorians because they just one-shot their whirlwind.
Yeah.
Praetorian in the raid. Whirlwind in the raid.
Oh. Yeah, I caught up a
What timing?
Yeah, you were saying.
Oh wait, can you kick the whirlwind? I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
everyone just stood in the whirlwind too, though. Chimney
Not
top toss.
everybody.
Well, the first bosses will probably be boring like retail.
Fortnite.
You're probably right. You're what you're saying right now.
Unbelievable.
It's just simply true.
Called
Yeah, I mean,
out.
look at all these people right here.
Dude, you know what? I think we're hard aborting. I feel like we're hard aborting watching the SOD raid. I'm already bored. Someone let me know when that shit gets crazy. But, dude, I just got my food, so I need something to do with my food. Any hot takes from any of your all's favorite World of Warcraft creators recently? Let's see. Any videos we can watch? Ooh, wait, didn't Dratnos do a tier list? Oracle Disc Grant? I don't watch the bench, bro. That shit's beneath me. Hero talent balance. Which specs get a fun choice? It's an hour long. Mad Season made a new video. We like that. We like that. What do I do? Do I just type home Warcraft? Here we go. Quasi says this is the best Mythic Plus season. It's peak Mythic Plus. I mean, that's probably true. So I've played very little of it. I've had very, very much fun, but Mythic Plusers are like pure Mythic Plusers, just from what you see and hear from them, are just the most unhappy people in general. Just very, very unhappy. And they're so happy about Mythic Plus this season. That's how you know it fucking owns. The PoE 2 interview is good. Ah, that game stinks, man. I'm not into that. Top 10 strongest Titan keepers. Come on, Red. Wait, didn't that one guy that we watched a video of and we weren't a huge fan of the answers, was his name Wow? Willie? Is his name Willie? This guy. This guy did the best raid of every WoW expansion video 5 days ago. That sounds like an easy eat while watching situation. All right. So, classic through TBC, I'm going to have 0 opinion because I didn't play then. Barely played in Wrath very casually, so I'm just going to make up that the best raid in Wrath is ICC because I didn't start like raiding until then, and I didn't do Ulduar, so that has to be the answer. Okay, so we got Kata, we got Mop, we got Wad, we got Legion, we got BFA, we got Shadowlands, we got Dragonflight, and I guess the War Within. Haven't seen all the raids, but I guess we could do it out of the 2 that have come out. Cataclysm, best raid, not close. Firelands, Mop, best raid, not close. Thorn of Thunder, Wad, best raid, Blackrock Foundry, Legion's best raid, Nighthold, BFA's best raid. Ooh. It's Battle of Dazar'alor or Nyalotha, but we won in Nyalotha, so I'm just gonna make up that it's that one. Okay, Shadowlands, Nathria, Dragonflight, Amirdrasil, and the War Within so far. It's so weird. I feel like both of the raids were so problematic for different reasons. But maybe Nerebar Palace in most people's minds because you were able to do 4 mythic bosses like for free, kinda. But like the end of it was just so hard. I feel like Undermine just wins due to pure flavor. Alright, anyways. Let's see what he says.
Endgame for as long as it has existed as an MMO, from 40 players, 10 or 25, heroics, mythics and more. Over the years, players have stopped a whole host of villains from destroying or taking over Azeroth in one way or another. After all, a major patch just isn't a major patch without some new raid, alongside the story, bosses and of course loot that comes with it. At the same time, some of the raids that have been added to the game have definitely been better received than others, and everyone has that raid from back in the day, or perhaps even the most recent one where you think that it is the most standout addition to the game. So today I'm going to be covering what is for me the best raid of every single version of WoW so far, all the way from—
Let's see if this video starts better than his hardest bosses in the Race to World First Ever video, where the very first one he talks about, number 10, he's like, Argus the Unmaker, in which at the end we had a thrilling battle between Europe's Echo, or Europe's Method, and NA's Limit, which was just not true. We just simply were not going for the Race to World First at all in that raid. You just made that up.
To the most recent content in the game. So with that said, let's make a start on this. We'll begin back in the humble days of vanilla, when Blizzard were taking their first steps into creating raiding content for this game that would still be going all these years later. So I think my pick for vanilla might be a bit of a strange one, because I'm actually going with Zul'Gurub. If there's one classic raid I want to go back and do time and again, it's the random 20-player troll catch-up raid dropped in halfway through the game.
All right, what do you guys think?
You know,
I skipped classic because I'm not old. I'm very young. So what do you guys think? Is this a good
ZG,
good take?
It's because nobody really cares about it. I think how try-hard things tend
ZG
to get with
good raid,
multiplayer
ZG
raiding has
slaps.
spoiled the experience a bit for me. Where there's no challenge from the raiding
it's an
content
opinion piece
itself,
anyway, skipping.
to gate failure. Difficulty that raiding content had, whilst Warcraft's my pick. Next we venture beyond the Dark Portal into the Burning Crusade. World of Warcraft's first expansion saw a big jump in the difficulty that raiding content had, whilst also keeping things at 1 difficulty for all players. I think if there's one thing which holds a lot of TBC raids back for me from being the pick here, is annoying trash. Blizzard really had a thing with making trash excessively difficult in TBC, whether it was in heroic dungeons where trash would do more damage than bosses, and that is not an exaggeration, or indeed the raids where a bad trash pull could easily lead to a wipe or needing to res a bunch of people. When I think of trash, I basically think down
This wasn't like a really impactful long raid in the expansion, but I think the answer is Karazhan. Like, Karazhan is like the coolest, most creative raid in TBC, but I feel like it's not going to get the respect because it's just not like one of the bigger raids, you know?
Time between bosses, we can chill a bit and just press your buttons and talk with people. And often in TBC, that's not really what Trash was. This was especially true in Serpent Shrine Cavern and Tempest Keep. You remember those trash mobs before Solarium where you'd have to have your shamans AFK round the corner from the raid, otherwise they could get mind controlled and pop heroism? Now that's a fun mechanic. Or how about the spinny mobs before Kael'thas, where your mages had to literally spam polymorph on them the entire time you were in combat, because if they start doing their spinny thing, your melee players are going to instantly die. Or the giants at the start of SSC that would do so much random melee damage around them that your melee players just had to wait outside and let the range deal with them. Or the skeletal valets in Karazhan that would stun your tank and do about half their health, then swap to somebody else and one-shot them. But I think you get the point. But in TBC, for me the best raid either is Karazhan or the Sunwell.
Dude, someone in chat perfectly called this. It has to be Kara or Sunwell.
Karazhan is of course the classic
So
pick
true.
for TBC. It's perhaps
So
one of the
smart.
most unique raids WoW has ever had, and even saw a resurgence as the first two-part mega dungeon in World of Warcraft's history during Legion. The only real downsides to it are perhaps a couple of those annoying trash packs which I've mentioned, the chest boss just isn't very interesting after the first time, and a lot of the loot in there is pretty average. Sunwell on the other hand is a bit lacking in environments, with two of the bosses being fought in the exact same area, on top of the trash not being easy, but also not being incredibly annoying as other trash mobs have been. Overall, I think I'm going to go with Sunwell, but just by a narrow margin. The bosses in there were either solid to good.
Hot take, mega dungeons were absolute shite. Oh, there's so much going on there. So why are you talking about mega dungeons right now? Just in general. Also, why did I pause this video to read this message? Just because I'm fascinated by it. I just... Okay, so... And just another thing. This is just... Maybe this... I'm trying to think if this take is right before I slam it. I'm going to slam it anyway. I feel like anytime I read anyone's opinion and they use the word shite in it at all, I am positive that their opinion is wrong. Or I would disagree with it. Like, just an extremely high chance.
It felt like one of the first raids ever where Blizzard really went all out to make near perfect loot for various specs within the game, and it was just a fast and fun raid to do. So for overall in TBC, I'm going to go with Sunwell. Next we ventured to the Frozen North in Wrath of the Lich King. This time it's an expansion where I do have a bit more experience both from back in the day and from Wrath Classic this time. And at least during Classic I was able to clear all the content, which has definitely impacted how I perceive the expansion. So really it's going to be one of the major tiers which I'm going to pick here, and the two frontrunners have to be Ulduar and Icecrown Citadel.
It's
At the
the
same
second
time,
one.
I've done both of these raids a lot.
It's the second
now,
one and
so
it's not close, bro. The reason why is I wasn't raiding during the first one.
I do have some notable downsides about both, which I couldn't help but
That character's
notice.
so bald.
For Ulduar, the hard mode loot system added one extra item to the boss's drop table, and on top of that, 10 and 25 had different loot. So actually seeing the item you wanted could take, without exaggeration, months. Also, the normal mode only bosses felt quite obsolete after a couple of resets, and just things that you had to do that were in the way. Problems with ICC included the Shadowmourne quest line. I'm just gonna say it, legendaries that modify how a boss fight have to be done is not good game design, especially when on most bosses you just had to AFK and wait until said player had done the thing they need to do. And in Wrath Classic we were making so many more Shadowmourns than they were back in the day because Blizzard sped up how fast you can get them, so this ended up getting really boring to wait through time and again. The second major problem is that Syndragosa Heroic is possibly one of the worst boss fights I've ever seen in World of Warcraft. Well, that's if you're a caster or a healer, and I was a caster, so it was. There was a debuff during this fight called Wild Magic that lasts for 30 seconds. It made it so whenever you cast a spell you got a stacking debuff, and at the end of that debuff you'd explode and do a lot of damage to everyone around you. And due to various positions—
Dude, this is so random, but like, I just had this thought. So you know how like I degenerately played World of Warcraft for a really, really long time, and then like right at the point where I would have had to get a job and do something else, like the Race World First randomly became popular, and then like I made a career out of it? Bro, if I just happened to be born like 10 years earlier, and I was going hard into WoW when like TBC and Wrath came out, obviously, looking at the way history played out, there wouldn't have been a way to like make money and build a career at this time for like being a raider guy. And I would have definitely like thrown most of my adult life away and all of the opportunities and been one of those people who like fucked their life up because of World of Warcraft, like 100p. Like I would be I would be fucking cooked, bro. Like it would have been I would have been so fucked.
Requirements during the fight, the optimal play to do when you got this debuff was just to do nothing for 30 seconds. This was followed by an air phase where the boss would fly away and encase 3 people in blocks of ice, and guess what you're doing when
I would
you're
not be in a
block of
house
ice?
right now.
That's right.
Or I would be
nothing.
squatting in a
If you got
house.
unlucky in this fight, you just
I'd be
didn't play
living in
your
the crawl
character.
space, bro.
I've had pulls on Syndragosa where I'm just AFKing for 5 minutes straight and not doing a single thing. It is so bad. Anyways, weighing in on those two and reminiscing a little bit, I think despite the downsides, it's still going to have to be Ulduar as the top pick, but not by as big of a margin as you would
this is just
expect.
fake news.
What Ulduar did well, it did really well.
How can this
It gave
possibly
you
be
that
the
feeling
choice
of
when I
actually
wasn't even
properly
playing during Old War?
invading an ancient facility, from the start of it with the best vehicle fight of Wrath of the Lich King, which is a bit of an oxymoron, then onto XT, and then the Antechamber and beyond. The music in Ulduar was just majestic, and it set the atmosphere amazingly. The hard mode bosses added a bunch of twists to certain fights, and made them a bit more interesting.
Exactly, Golden Ages. What the fuck?
In there in Algalon and Yogg
Bro, you didn't even know who I was back
And
then.
I'd
Are you
like the
telling
raid
me
to be a bit more
when I
generous
started
loot-wise
playing the
and
game,
for
you
all
just
the
had this
bosses to have a
feeling
hard
that the
mode,
game was
but other
bad
than
now?
that, I
You
think
just knew?
Ulduar stands its ground
That's crazy.
as the best pick of Wrath of the Lich King. Which
Yeah.
brings us on to Cataclysm, another expansion where both heroic raiding and dungeon difficulty spiked once again. So before Cata came out, I will be that guy singing praises, saying that tier 11, that being Throne of the Four Winds, Bastion of Twilight and Blackwing Descent, was probably one of the best opening raid tiers WoW has ever had, and it was overall a great experience.
That's true.
So has that stood the test
That's true.
of time? Well, it has. Kind of. I think just blanket saying the whole of tier 11 was good though is the part that needs a bit of a revision, because Throne of the Four Winds is most certainly not it. I found Conclave of Wind very frustrating, as everything can be going fine on your platform, but somewhere else something keeps going wrong and you just have to wipe again and again without really
Max's
feeling as though you're
DPS
doing
Demon
anything
Arc?
wrong
Oh, yeah,
personally
yeah.
or knowing why.
So many,
And
I
then
mean,
you
that
get
was
to
so long
Archaea
ago, bro.
with
That was
its
like 10 years
incredibly
ago.
RNG phase 1 where all the mechanics can
But
just
oh yeah,
line up and sort of one-shot you. Phase 2 was fun though, but phase 3, that's the flying one by the way, was just kind of scuffed. Having
Is this
that
voice
verticality
AI?
just didn't translate
isn't.
mechanics
It isn't.
visually all that well.
But it
also,
is-
pets would just despawn on phase 3,
does
and I was
kinda
playing a
sound like it.
Warlock ult at the time, and just to have my pet, which was my main source of damage, not exist on the final phase of the fight is honestly not good enough considering how many classes in the game
Dude, Goob,
had
did I kill Encore?
some form of pet or guardian. But the 2 remaining raids were overall good.
I'm
even
pretty
though
sure it
pets
was already
also
dying.
Didn't work properly on Sinestro, and they could have
Yes,
problems
but
on
no.
Nefarian too. You
That
know what,
didn't
thinking
answer
about
that
it, I
at
wouldn't
all.
pick something with a pet again in
I'm
Cata,
no
that's
closer
for
to the
sure.
answer.
But both Bastion of Twilight and Blackwing Descent were a good challenge on heroic mode, had plenty of good loot, and perhaps raiding here was the most rewarding it has ever been. I was doing 25 heroic at the time, and if you killed a boss it would drop 6 items between 25 players. Back in vanilla you get about 2 to 4 between 4.
Hey, I have a thought. Okay, right now, in Mythic Raid, it drops 4 pieces of loot per 20 people, right? Let's I don't know if I've seen this take a lot. Could we just increase that number? Like I feel like with how, especially like Heroic Raid versus Mythic Plus, where you can infinitely farm hero track pieces, and the reason people are going into the raid is to get specific items anyway. I'm just thinking increase raid loot. You know? Like at 20 players you get 6 pieces in Heroic, and at 30 you get 8 or whatever, you know? I'm just a little increased raid loot angle.
40 people.
More people are
I'm
happy.
kind of split between the two, but I think
And it doesn't even increase like how close you can get to Biss in the patch, really, because you're just gated on Crest anyway.
I'm going to
right?
have to pick Blackwing Descent due to a few overall more interesting boss encounters and fights which could change as your raid geared up some.
Max, you're missing huge sod wiping. Bro, I tried to watch Season of Discovery Raid. It's just, I don't care about any of the people in it. Really? Like, I don't know them. Like, let me just give an example. If like Fat Shark, yes, or Echo,
or like Method or Instant Dollars or like an alt guild of people from my guild were like progressing these raid bosses, I'd be so locked in because I would just find that so interesting because I know the people and I would know like who's actually going to be figuring it out, and I would find that super interesting. But like that just doesn't do it for me. I don't know. I just don't know if that exists.
More. But tier 11, apart from Throne of the Four Winds, does stand the test of time. Next, of course, is Mists of Pandaria, where we'll be going pretty soon on our classic journey.
Goop said, to be honest, didn't I DM you about joining, so don't I get credit for the kill?
Another
Yes, you did
not
it.
short
That's what I'm
on
saying.
good raiding content.
I don't want
With
that
I
on
think
my
the two
conscience.
contenders for the best raid in this expansion being between the Throne of Thunder.
Wait, what did he end up saying was the best raid of, Bro, the best raid in Cataclysm is Firelands. Firelands is like... I mean, you could even argue, like raids have gotten better over time. Because they've just done more raid bosses and know how to do it. But you could even make the argument that just looking at the bosses that are available to you, that even compared to now, Firelands was as creative as a raid as any raid ever. Like, the bosses are just so unique. Every single one is so unique. And I don't know how many bosses, except for like the spider. Like pretty much all of those bosses are like one-ofs that were executed pretty well that have never been done again. Aesthetically, Firelands clears every other raid in that expansion, and that absolutely matters. It's Heroic Ragnaros is one of the best end bosses of all time. I just don't even think it's close, personally.
And Siege of Orgrimmar. Throne of Thunder had perhaps one of the best one-tier villains ever in Lei Shen. It had an epic feeling to it, and classes were just fun to play during Mists of Pandaria.
Lei Shen so goated, bro.
But you could very much say that for any raid tier. Overall, though, I think I'm gonna.
Do you guys know
pick
Morgan
Siege
Day
of
was the
Orgrimmar.
lead fight
This
guy
was
on Lei
the
Shen?
big final tier of the expansion, finally bringing Garrosh, who some would say did nothing wrong, to justice after his destructive journey throughout Pandaria. Siege of Orgrimmar offered some super interesting bosses, such as the Corcoran Dark Shaman, Siege...
I mean, Siege of Orgrimmar was sick. But Throne of Thunder just is better, though, unfortunately.
All paragons of the Claxi, and in Paragon specific...
It's criminal. It's not criminal. Like Spoils of Pandaria, for example. Bro, there's like 100 versions of our simulation where this is one of the worst bosses of all time, and it actually ended up being really good, which is fucking crazy. Like, if you don't know what this boss is, like, basically you open boxes and fight mobs that come out of the boxes. Not even making that up, and it was a really good fight. Thok, amazing fight. Siegecrafter Blackfuse, all-time great encounter. Paragon's the Claxi was whatever, and Garrosh was really good, but like there was multiple Astro bangers in this raid.
The Dungeon Journal probably has more text than entire raids would have done in Classic. I remember tier set bonuses being fairly interesting in Siege of Orgrimmar, as well as us finally being able to get our legendary capes and putting them to good use. There are definitely some criticisms against Siege of Orgrimmar too. Galacras would become kinda boring on farm because you...
Bro, on progression. You AFK'd on progression.
...to wait between the waves. I'm not a huge fan of split your raid in half type fights such as Spoils of Pandaria. And
oh,
it's a
you're so
14
boring.
Boss raid. I believe only Naxxramas has more bosses than it. Nax has 15. But
that's a good thing, by the way. Yeah, just as many bosses as possible. That's a plus.
Especially on Heroic is going to take you a whole lot longer than any version of Nax ever would. But perhaps the biggest issue was the duration that this raid was current content back in the day. Siege of Orgrimmar was your go-to raiding content for a rather astonishing 1 year and 4 months before Warlords of Draenor finally released. Despite that, I remember it being an overall fun
That's insane.
raid.
It's insane. I mean, I lived through it. It's just insane to think about now. I mean, I lived through it, but also you just played WildStar. A lot of people just played WildStar during that time. It was fine.
To play. I was on a Resto Druid back then. So that's why Siege of Orgrimmar gets my pick for Mists of Pandaria. And then we venture ever onwards to the Warlords of Draenor, an expansion that...
Their Hellfire Citadel is a good raid and historically underrated raid when people talk about their favorite raids.
But the only credible answer to this is Blackrock
held
Foundry.
so
That's
much
it.
promise from a
The only
return
one.
to Draenor pre-TBC to see how things were back then, but an expansion that ultimately just couldn't keep up with the ambitions that it promised. Nevertheless, the raiding
Bro,
scene
Wada
was
owned,
one
by the way.
area where it's generally agreed upon that this expansion excelled, but out of the 3 major tiers you can pick during Warlords of Draenor, for me the best one has to go to Blackrock Foundry.
Yep,
Blackrock
so true.
Foundry was
So
kind of
true.
weirdly dropped in WoD before the first major content patch for
Simply
some reason.
true.
I guess Blizzard thought something big needed to be added, seeing as, well, WoD wasn't all that good when it came to having content, you know, exist. But Blackrock Foundry would see us take on the
So
heart
spicy.
of the Blackrock War Machine and to shut down the...
Do not show... Okay, listen. I will not allow this history to be changed from nostalgia. Blackrock Foundry is an amazing raid. It's one of the best raids ever. Personally, top 3. Okay. I've seen this start happening over the last couple of years. We are not going to act like Blast Furnace was a good boss. I won't let it happen. If anything, if my legacy in this game is anything, it is me making sure that people know that Blast Furnace was a not good fight. It's insanely bad. Okay, we can talk about Blackrock Foundry being great. Talk about how Operator Thogar was like one of the coolest mid-tier bosses ever, you know? And talk about how cool Blackhand was. Talk about how they didn't really make a first boss, or they just made like a bunch of like second and third bosses you could pick from that were really unique, and like Hans and Franz, but like, bro, don't show a fucking picture of Blast Furnace, you know?
But Blackrock Foundry would see us take on the heart of the Blackrock War Machine and to shut down their operations, as well as to take on a Warlord of Draenor, Blackhand. This raid even had a return from Gruul as an early boss throwback to TBC as well, on top of a ton of memorable fights. From dodging Orgorger in his rune, to Franz and Hans with their chaotic boss room, which
That
was
is how I remember
constantly
Orgorger
moving,
going
to Operator Thogar,
as well.
the one boss fight
Oh,
in
same as
WoW
this
where
one.
you could just straight up get one shot by being hit by a train. Finally, the Blackhand fight was a multi-phase.
Dude, I am so surprised he didn't die.
Straight up get one shot
Right here.
by being
Like, this seems like the exact thing where, like, your character's position would just get caught.
hit by a
I would have bet so much money that he's dead right there.
train. Finally, the Blackhand fight was a multi-phase encounter where the boss would gradually destroy the floor, leading you further down into the heart of the mountain until you reached its fiery core. Blackrock Foundry showed some true creativity from so many of its bosses and deserves to be applauded as an excellent addition to raiding in World of Warcraft. In some ways, it's almost a shame that this raid took place during Warlords of Draenor when so much of the player base had already bowed out among a poor expansion launch, and it being clear there wasn't all that much content beyond.
I think people were disappointed in WoD, especially because it was directly in between 2 of the best expansions ever. But, like, saying that, like, no one was still playing by the time you did Blackhand is insane. It was, like, not even far into the expansion. It was, like, 6 months or less into the expansion or something. Like, what are we doing here?
The initial release, but for those who stuck through WoD and played this tier, they will more often than
Bro, this was at, like, the beginning of the
not
expansion.
tell you that it was worth the wait.
What do you mean?
So I think that's why Blackrock Foundry deserves the top spot for WoD. And following Warlords of Draenor, we ventured to the Broken Shore in Legion.
Like you listen. All I'm saying is you can have all the opinions of WoD you want. When WoD became there is no content, that was after the release of Blackrock Foundry. That entire long period, there's no content shit, like that, like Blackrock Foundry was out before this. That doesn't take any
Often than
sense.
not tell you that it was worth the wait. So I think that's why Blackrock Foundry deserves the top spot for WoD. And following Warlords of Draenor, we ventured to the Broken
It is the right answer, though.
Shore in Legion. This expansion started so much of what is modern World of Warcraft, from World Quest, Mythic Plus, and so much more. And it
True,
wasn't
absolutely
short on
true.
raid-
If you're gonna look at like eras of this game, Legion started a new era, and not just that it introduced Mythic Plus. It was also just like a clear defining difference from the
content
WoD.
either. But I already know what is for me certainly going to be the pick for Legion, and that is without a doubt the Nighthold. Legion got off to a bit of a rough start when it came to raiding
Nighthold is an all-time great raid.
with the Emerald Nightmare,
Aesthetics
which to
were on
this
point,
date is still
multiple
the easiest
sick as
Mythic
fuck
raid
bosses.
tier ever. Blizzard simply underestimated how powerful our characters were going to be with their
Probably
new legendaries,
the
as well as
best
having the ability to
secret
spam
phase. But that's the thing, like, okay, I will say I think the Gul'dan secret phase is overrated. Like,
if you have any other, if you're fighting any other monster other than them just choosing to cherry pick Illidan to come out of the thing, the phase is just super whatever. if we're keeping it a buck.
Plus and more of Souls for days upon end.
But Illidan hard
Nighthold
carried it.
redeemed the expansion in such a huge way. This raid released alongside the progression of the story that was taking place in Suramar and their struggle against their leaders who had sided with the Legion. And it had so many good bosses too, from the kind of weird but wonderful robot butler Trilliax to High Botanist Talarm with his mirror images, all the way to Grand Magistrates.
High Botanist is one of the best council fights of all time.
As the penultimate
Maybe the
boss
best.
encounter. She also dropped a little trinket called Convergence of Fates, which has to be one of the most
insanely cool
powerful
trinkets.
ever made
Insanely
in World of
cool
Warcraft.
trinkets.
I remember even the LFR version for some specs were better than anything else you could get. The reason why is it gave attacks the chance to reduce the cooldown on your major DPS ability, so stuff like Avenging Wrath, Battle Shout, True Shot and so on. And pre-nerf early on, this trinket was like halving the cooldown on your big DPS ability. Anyways, as the final boss we at last got to do battle with Gul'dan.
Wait, Illidan popping out and destroying Gul'dan was peak though? I didn't even know he did that. I thought like Illidan came out and was like, yo, sit down, buddy Gul'dan, I got this. He fucked him up? Why? Actually, I don't care, man.
A true fight against a master warlock featuring tons of demon ads.
Thought he was like, sit down, bro,
positioning
tag me in, I
and a
got
rather
this,
epic
friend.
arena for the fight as well.
I just feel like
Of
everyone we
course,
fight
most
in these raid
memorable on
bosses
Mythic
are friends with each
difficulty
other
is that
because
there
they're
was
all
a
our enemies.
secret phase where Illidan's soul was unleashed as the demon within, which the players also
You know what
had
I mean?
to defeat.
Just
Overall,
like how all the
Nighthold was a
dragons
great
are
raid
related.
in the story of Legion, had some super
Razaget,
interesting loot and
Fyrakk,
amazing bosses,
Jaina,
and this one may just be a top
Thrall.
5 raid ever for me, so it's
One big
definitely
dragon
going to be
family.
the winner in Legion. Following Legion, we head over to the battle for Azeroth, which was probably one of the expansions with the most raiding content.
I said it's definitely it's pretty close between Battle of Dazar'alor and Ny'alotha. I think he's gonna say Battle of Dazar'alor because Classic Andy and Jaina. But I also think it's a credible opinion to say that Battle of Dazar'alor is better. But I just chose Ny'alotha because we won. I'm a simple man.
Ever seen with Uldir, Battle of Dazar'alor, Ashara's Eternal Palace, and Ny'alotha the Waking City. On top of that, it had a mini raid in Crucible of Storms too, so you were not short on raiding content during BFA, whatever you thought of the expansion overall. And for me, the top pick here is Battle of Dazar'alor.
Called
As the
it.
second tier of BFA, this raid saw an escalation of hostility between Alliance and Horde forces, where you would swap at times to
I think the biggest thing for me rating Battle of Dazar'alor low is that they had a bunch of... It's very similar to Firelands, actually. I think Battle of Dazar'alor and Firelands are so similar in that the top teams cleared through all of the content extremely fast, except for the last boss. But for most of the community, the bosses before that were not killed right away. They were really interesting, really fun, and they would look back on them fondly. But like... Opulence was cool. Siegecrafter or High Tinker Mechatork or whatever. Those bosses were cool, but they just died instantly. So like you don't have a chance to appreciate them if you're me. But like most people did not have that experience with those bosses and they found them really cool. So like if this was adequately tuned, you would have really, really enjoyed this raid. There's just a lot of really cool bosses, but they just died so fast that you couldn't appreciate it.
the opposite.
You were on Jaina on day one. You know what I mean? Like you could fight a boss in Elden Ring. And it could be the most aesthetically cool, animations are on point, the lore, it's like a super important lore boss. But if you just walk in and kill it real fast, it doesn't mean anything to you, right? Like, same thing.
Faction for certain bosses during the raid, though the real factor that made this raid memorable for me are some of the bosses towards the end of the raid, notably the fights versus Alliance faction leaders High Tinker Mechatork and Lady Jaina Proudmoore. Mecha had some of the most crazy mechanics I've seen in a WoW boss. For example, periodically a bunch of players would become shrunk and they could be squished if stepped upon by normal sized players. While shrunk you had to...
Dude, you know what's interesting about Mechatork is like, it was one of the easiest mythic bosses. This was the third to last boss. This was in Sludge Fist's position. This was in Kai Veza's position. This was in, you know, like Tyrant Velhari. Like what was it in this raid? What was the third to last boss? One Armed Bandit fucking destroyed guilds, right?
So, like, you expect this boss to be, like, really fucking hard. And it died in 16 attempts. Like, this raid was just crazy easy. The
Jump
early
into
bosses.
bots that were periodically summoned into the fight. Whilst you were in these bots, each player would see a coloured symbol over other bots' heads, and you had to communicate what these symbols were to players in those bots so that they could enter the correct shutdown sequence in their own bot. Aside from that, there was just a lot going on in this fight, and it was pretty hectic, but very good at the same time. The best fight though had to have been Jaina herself, where you do battle on the frozen seas. Here there was a ton of frost-based mechanics to dodge, because if you ever got hit, you'd be turned into a block
Alright, P1 Jaina's a bad face.
of ice and have to be broken out by allies. There would also be a
Someone had
frost
to
storm
say it.
that would occur at certain
Someone had to
parts
say it. It's
throughout
not
the
a good-
fight
it's not
that
a good
would near
face.
totally block out your vision and make other parts of the encounter more difficult to deal with. I think this fight
The rest of the
really
fight's
got
pretty good,
feeling
though.
of fighting a master of frost magic right, and alongside the Mecha Talk encounter, these were two great parts of the raid for me, and ultimately that's what makes it my choice for BFA. Following BFA, we enter the Shadowlands, and I think the choice here is a pretty easy one. I mean, when you're picking against the Sepulchre of the first ones, the Sanctum of Domination or Castle Nathria, I think I know what most people would pick. So for me, it's gonna be Nathria. This raid really leaned into a whole gothic noble
it's not
vampire
close.
type fantasy, which I would not have expected from World of Warcraft anytime soon, but it really worked. I mean, there were one or two problems with the raid tuning wise, looking at Sludgefist and Stone.
What the fuck was wrong with Sludgefist tuning? Sludgefist is arguably one of the best tuned bosses ever. It was never nerfed, and basically everyone who killed a basically pure DPS check and healing check boss, regardless of gear advantages, ended up killing this boss as they were dying, you know? It was nerfed. Like, I mean, okay, so nerfed, like, from the beginning of Mythic to the end, yes, but not before we killed it. Like, we got to the boss and it was perfectly tuned. Like every boss, every single Mythic boss ever, well, at least near the end of the raid, will get nerfed before the end of Cutting Edge to make it more accessible for people. I mean, like, it wasn't overtuned, right? It was like, actually, I would say Sludgefist in Mythic is one of the best examples of them tuning something. I would argue that it was tuned perfectly, like literally perfectly. Like if it was 1% more or less HP, or if things did a little bit more or a little less damage, it would have been worse than what it was.
Legion generals here, but other than that, it hit the mark. From managing the
What was it, Max? Sludgefist was insanely overtuned on normal and heroic for the guilds that should have been doing that boss, at least for a long time. Oh, we're not talking about fucking heroic, man.
artifacts on Zymox to
What are we
straight
doing
up
here?
having an intermission where you had to perform a dance on the Council of Blood. Nathria had some great encounters, and if Lei Shen served as a great one-tier villain for World of Warcraft, perhaps only Syed and Athreus has been more memorable, and he may very well
True.
return in a future expansion too. I would not be surprised to see it. Either way, Shadowlands fell to
Wait, did he say... What did he say the other boss that wasn't tuned well? I think the tuning of every boss in this raid was quite good. I mean, Stone Legion Generals was a horrific boss, but that had absolutely nothing to do with tuning.
gonna be Nathria. This raid really
That was just... It was just bugged and it had cast sequencing issues. The tuning of the boss was
leaned
fine.
into a whole gothic noble vampire type fantasy, which I would not have expected from World of Warcraft any time. The artifacts of blood. Nathria had some great encounters, and if Lei Shen served as a great one-tier villain for World of Warcraft, perhaps only Syed and Athreus has been more memorable, and he may very well return in a future expansion too. I would not
Yep,
be surprised
good old
to
Donnie
see
Two
it.
Dicks.
Either way, Shadowlands felt as though it really hit the theme it was going for with Castle Nathria, and alongside that it definitely had some memorable bosses, so that's why it's the pick for me here. Next up is
Triple
Dragonflight,
D.
another expansion with 3 main raid tiers to pick from, and here I'm going to be going with a final
Little
one,
double dick Donnie.
Yggdrasil, the Dream's Hope. Dragonflight became a bit of a holiday to a different world and a different story, with some very picturesque
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Amir Drasil was just the best raid. Also, Amir Drasil had a really interesting phenomenon where I think this is a true statement. Someone can maybe fact check me, but Amir Drasil is the first raid, I believe, ever to be released in the middle of an expansion. So, like, not the original expansion patch or raid. and have more players than the previous raid. So like this was the third raid of the expansion, and it peaked higher than the second raid of the expansion did. And it was because it was right after BlizzCon, and like WoW got a huge high off of BlizzCon. They announced Season of Discovery. They announced the like World Soul Saga, and people were like, fucking Blizzard, wow, Chris Metzen, fuck yeah. So like you could see it in all the charts of like Mythic Plus runs and the amount of logs and raids and stuff. Like it just like surged in Season 3 because it released a week after BlizzCon. Maybe because of the legendary weapon. Yeah, maybe. Max, dude, I had friends who hadn't been playing since Kata tell me they were coming back for the War Within. Yeah, that's hype. Season 3 is also one of the best Mythic Plus seasons. Yes, it was. Yeah, but that has more to do with retention. Like going into a season, no one knows how good a Mythic Plus season is going to be.
Fyrakk the Blazing, who,
I guess maybe besides this one,
Shadowlands had a bit more of a direct motive for what he was doing. He wasn't there to save the universe from a bigger danger.
I have literally no idea what Fyrakk was up to, other than he was trying to kill me, so I killed him.
Or out of any necessary evil. He was just
really
there
that
to blow
simple, bro.
everything up. And you know, sometimes that's all you really need from the bad guy. I mean, it felt welcome after Shadowlands, that's for sure. Yggdrasil itself was released alongside us finally getting a glimpse into the Emerald Dream, and I think it represented it well after having been a location that was teased in the WoW universe as far back as vanilla itself. The raid also provided a great watch when it came to the race to World First, which I know isn't exactly tied into the raid directly, but I'm counting it anyway because it's memorable for this tier. Overall, Yggdrasil was a solid raid to close out Dragonflight and show us a bit more of the Emerald Dream, so that's why it gets my pick.
Nothing weird happened
Finally, we have the War Within, and for the War Within, I feel as though I still want to see a bit more of what the expansion has to offer raid-wise. The story is heading in quite an ethereal
but you have to pick between the two, buddy.
Moment, and whilst we have had some ethereal type content in WoW before, such as some dungeons in TBC and Tazavesh in Shadowlands, we've never had a full-on raid themed around them or seen their homeworld. But if that doesn't happen during the War Within, an expansion named Midnight, which is set to be the next one for the retail version of the game, does sound very fitting.
Bro, pick a raid,
the
dog.
Two raids we've seen in the War Within so far, I'll probably lean towards an Erebar Palace over the Undermine personally, but I don't really have strong reasoning for one being a clear winner over the other. So overall, we'll see what else the War Within gives us. And that for me is the best.
I would probably take Undermine.
Raid from every WoW expansion so far.
They're like two polar extremes, like for the race at least. Like Nerebar was just like multiple bosses were way too overtuned, and it was just harder than it should be, which ended up working out for us, but obviously I don't think that's good. And then Liberation of Undermine was like also really hard, but just not at the end. But like randomly middle bosses were really hard. It's such a strange. There's really never been a raid like Liberation. But if you just look away from the difficulty, I just think the aesthetics of Liberation of Undermine clear Nerebar Palace. I think the creativity of bosses in Liberation of Undermine clear Nerebar Palace. The only thing is like I feel like Nexus Princess Kaiveza is like better than every boss in Liberation of Undermine. It's just like a cooler boss. Like they don't have a single boss that like is quite as cool. They have a lot of like lesser bosses that are more cool than the lesser bosses in Nerebar. Like the first 4 bosses in Nerebar Palace, not even talking difficulty, are just so whatever. But like Liberation of Undermine, they're like fucking cooking. They're like cool fights, you know?
The War Within gives us. And that for me is the best raid from
You need more time anyway. Like anytime you're talking about, bro, I remember talking about how I thought Castle Nathria was an all-time top 5 raid after Castle Nathria, and bro, you should read to it. Like right now, that seems like a pretty unassailable, like obviously that's true take. Talking about modern WoW, so Mist of Pandaria onwards. And if you were to say that there, like people would, they did, this happened. They would be like, no, dude, you're fucking crazy. You're just, what are you talking about, bro? Because like you can't like rate things you're doing currently in WoW. You need enough time away from it to like accurately think about it.
WoW expansions so far, well, apart from the War Within, but we'll just have to wait and see for that one. What are your thoughts though? Are there any which you would change, or do you mostly agree? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thank you all so much for watching.
Dude, that was perfect. I ate like almost all my food. All right, time to fucking video game. Okay, so I do have there is going to be an AC person coming to my house as well sometime soon. Let me actually check my phone for that to see. They're coming in between 2 and 5, which is quite a large like, you know, Quite a large difference. So what might happen is in the middle of any Mythic Plus dungeon I'm doing, they might just show up. So anyone who signs up for this group, just know I might have to like hard AFK in the middle of the dungeon. But yeah. Okay, so I kind of want to do some of the dungeons I haven't done yet. So dungeons I have not done and I know nothing about, because I think that'll probably be... Number one, it sounds fun to actually learn the dungeons so I can pug more of them. But also, I think it'd be interesting for you guys because you get to see me not know how things work and then die to stuff, and then you can keck W and PP laugh. And you guys love that shit, you know? So let's do... I also want to do like the first couple bosses on Mythic. At least the first boss on Mythic. What does the first boss on Mythic drop? I wonder if today's a good day for that before more people get saved. What does Vexy drop? Two-handed staff, which I wouldn't use. Catalyst for shoulders. I think I would probably wear this cloak. What does the cloak catalyze to? Oh, we're barking. I wonder if that's the guy. Oh, 1 second. Nope, that I heard front door. So either that guy entered my house without knocking or my girlfriend's home. And I'm just not going to check, but heavily assume that it's the other one. Okay, so Crypt Master. I guess I could take the haste from the other piece. And then we got some boots, which I already have Mythic track of. And then we have a trinket that doesn't really matter. And then what about Cauldron of Carnage? Don't care about the weapon. The gloves would be nice. The belt I don't care about, and the ring I don't care. Okay, so like doing a 2 out of whatever Mythic isn't even that good for me. I feel like I'm like the only thing I would want is the shoulders off of Vexy. That would be nice. Shoulders off Vexy would be nice. How hard is it to pug Vexy? He doesn't know? Yeah, I don't know. I've literally no idea. I've never done it. People did it week 1. With you leading easy? I mean, what do you even lead on Vexy? You just do it. I'm like decently geared right now. I'm 663. And I still have like almost 300 crests to spend. I mean, I do. I have 300 crests to spend. So I'll end up being decently geared, I think. With this guy as geared as I could be, I guess. I need to like do Mythic before I start getting some more. Let's see. This guy is on the way. Click this link to track your technician. Yo, what? I can fucking live track this dude? Holy fuck. Alright, he's gonna be here in 10 minutes. Okay, so we probably just shouldn't start anything before he gets here. I need to show him what's up. You can track him to Johnny Depp's house. Dude, so true. Gamer needs some Valor Stones. I mean, it's fine. You get, like, enough Valor Stones from every key you do. So you, like, you basically get, like, the amount of Valor Stones you need to upgrade something. And you also get the amount of crests per. Maybe you, like, slack a little on Valor Stones, but... Okay. Dude, this dog is barking like insane right now. It's great. Do a tier 11 Dell while you wait. Oh, dude, you know what? While this guy shows up, you know, let's just start a little Mythic Plus key. Probably just one I've done. The group is going to be called... It's in the Priory section, although I have a Priory, but we're not doing it. Just like link key Riztown. Link what key you have in the thing, and then also if you just want a game, you can also sign up, and I don't know what key we'll do. I'll play until I have to AFK, and then I'll come back. So probably just like a 10, I assume. So we don't have to... It's like a nice little vibe. Alright, we'll get this huge priest named Shuckman. Alright, Rookery 14, 12 prior. Yeah, we're going to do some hierarchy. I feel like we should just do like a 10 right now, you know? Just a nice little 10. Just want a game. Okay. Rookery. I don't know Rookery, but I guess this would be a good time to learn. Dude, holy shit, this dog is screaming. I don't even know why, man. Ooh, a 14 mother load. I kind of want to do a mother load. Like high key. Haven't done it yet. Oh, no, this guy has a 12 flood. Let's do that. Let's do the flood. Oh, the thing is, I don't want to, like, AFK in a 12, though, but I'm gonna have to. So, do you mind dropping that to a 10? We'll 2-chest it. I'll get a tank here. Then one more DPS. What do I want? Played with a few hunters. DKs are kind of fun. The blood beast shit. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. Get a lust. Oh shit, I should get a lust. Sorry, DK. My bad, my bad. Although we did do one without a lust the other day. It's still called Riz Town. We just need a lust. So just like a DK. Or sorry, like a hunter mage. Dev evoker. I don't give a fuck. Or whatever. Dude, oh my god. Oh, little stiff sock. Let's go. We're doing a... Can run my key at any point as well. 1 second. Can you drop to a 10? Gonna have to AFK during key, probably. Wait, did someone leave? Wait, Lil Stiffsock joined just to leave in my face? Or did he decline in my face? Oh my god. Alright, we need another luck. We need another lust. Yo, I want to play with a Dev Evoker. That sounds fun. Any Dev Evokers want to just come game? Alright, this guy's just a lust. Fuck it, we'll do this. Okay. Going to... Floodgate. I think that's where we're going. Estimated arrival time, 9 minutes. Beautiful. Oh, and we got leaf blower guy here, bro. Oh, that's why the dog's barking. The landscapers are here. That makes so much sense. Let me close the window. I don't know how I feel about these talents. What does Terminator do? That one has Drinking Horn cover and Ferociousness. And Thunder Fist instead of Rushing Jade Wind. I feel like this probably makes sense, but... What about Turtle Bazooka Hybrid? That loses... Oh no, I like Furion's one a lot. Where's this druid, bro? We gotta get this shit going. You hate slicing wind so much? Okay, I don't mind slicing wind. The thing that really bothers me is the channels randomly canceling. Like, a lot. And the other thing that bothers me is it feels like there's like your rotation's a little busy. Like blackout kick procs and like the amount of Chi-Ji procs you get and stuff and energy capping definitely feels like there's like half of an extra thing going on. I think when you have like your CDs up specifically.
Frontal. Yeah. Move.
Dude, we fucking destroyed that pack. Wait, where are we going? I just jumped down here. I actually don't know if this is where we're supposed to go. It just seemed like this was the direction we were going, so...
Yeah. Epic.
Okay, after the beam, I can stun. Can ring those things. I'm gonna hold my strike lord here. I have 2 minutes up soon. Do I really? Maybe I should have held for that too. I am rooted, so I couldn't use what the fuck is happening to my character. Dude. I just love random barking, by the way. Maybe we'll just 2-minute next pack. Or I guess they're 1.5 now, right? I'm just simply lying, calling them 2 minutes.
Switch.
Damn, it is actually key too low right now, I think, for my timings. Oh, this pack is so annoying, actually.
Dodge. Frontal. Frontal. Dodge. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, sent that pack to the fucking Shadow Realm. No problems here.
Frontal. Frontal.
Stunning.
Yeah. Epic.
My power is transcendent. Share in it.
Oh, I should have, what do you guys think? Should I 2-minute the ads when they come up here, or should I save for the damage amp? What's the respectable thing to do? Because, like, killing the ads, I have a really good CD for, like, ad killing, you know?
Frontal.
This is a really bad damage amp. I didn't have Striking Landlord for it. At least it'll like transfer into these ads a little bit. I didn't like that. I didn't set up for that correctly. I should have held for the amp. I would be doing way more damn right now. I don't know. I got like some cleave on ads with it. These ads are getting smoked. Someone's doing damn. Key too low issue? Yeah, you're probably right. Question is, do I even... I'm not even gonna clones here, man. Like, I'm just gonna fucking... We're chilling. Like, I could, and like, I get an extra use later. It's probably worth it. I mean, no, not using CDs there was the move for sure, right? It's dying at the end of the damage amp anyway. So it would just be a mistake. Your technician has arrived. Alright, boys. It's been real. I have to AFK here. Good luck. Be right back.
AOE. AOE. Affix. Dodge.
Yes, yes, yes!
Charge. Dodge. Charge. Charge. Dodge.
Pow! Kapow!
Charge. Dodge. Dodge.
Yes, yes, yes!
Charge. Dodge. Charge. Dodge.
Dude, I'm so back. I'm so back. Can I even make it into the dog or the boss room? Could I potentially... Oh, they just killed it. I was about to say, could I wipe them by being too close? It targeted me? Yeah, I was about to say, it targeting me could make it reset. Dude, I'm so back. What's up, guys? This has really hurt my overall, by the way. If we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it, right? It did not work for my overall at all. Just reset the overall? No, bro, I'm not a coward. I'm gonna work my way back. Bro, I thought he was active there because he was swinging.
Dodge. Dodge.
My power is transcendent.
Dodge.
Share in it.
Dodge. Dodge. Dodge.
Almost got Whirling Dragon punched there. Well, not Whirling Dragon punched. I would have caused my own demise if I had died to that, but yeah.
Dodge.
My power is transcendent. Share in it.
Dodge. Dodge.
Right. Boy, should that leaf blower goes hard? That's what the window closed to. Then we got the landscapers here today. We got the AC getting fixed. Is the AC guy vacuuming? Nope. Landscapers are, yeah, just multiple people doing
Dodge.
just so many things at the moment. Oop, that guy died. I'm stuck on a pipe, I think. Okay. Almost died because of being stuck on that pipe as well.
AOE.
I hear AoE, I press karma. I'm a simple man. Do I 2-minute here? Probably not.
Dodge.
Feel like no.
Frontal. AOE. AOE.
Dude, I respect this guy just staying dead, by the way. Like, the release is so close, but I'm stuck on a pipe. Oh my god, I almost died. What is these pipes, bro?
Frontal.
Okay, I officially think not using my CDs here was a greedy maneuver. And not even greedy, I think it's just bad. Like, I should have just used it.
Dodge.
Ooh, me using fist there is gonna really delay my next CD.
Frontal.
Can probably hold this spinning crane kick though. We have to res him, right? Or maybe they're DC'd. Must be DC'd, yeah. I'll get next kick on this guy.
Frontal. Frontal.
Okay, did I actually need to CD here?
Frontal.
It's like this pack got destroyed. Or is that because I am the destroyer? Dude, I think I am the destroyer.
Frontal. Frontal.
Dude, I'm climbing the overall. I'm on my way. I'm so coming back. Don't even worry about the guy that DC'd either.
Epic. Of power.
This is kind of a nasty pull, isn't it? I'm not eating both of those. I'm defusing. Fuck that.
Frontal. 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 Frontal.
It's so scary when you hear frontal 10 times but don't see anything.
Frontal. Frontal.
Ooh, this looks like dangerous pull.
Soon I shall have the power I require.
Okay, now I have nothing for boss. We like that. I'm only going to get one use of 2 minutes. Do I CD pull here? I think I do.
Of
Dodge. Dodge.
I did not see that. That was almost bad.
You dare pit your wits against mine?
Oh, wow. I'll just be a melee. All good. Feeling good right here. Feeling amazing. Just can absolutely hit this boss as well. This is feeling so good, actually.
Dodge. Dodge.
Epic.
You dare pit your wits against mine?
Of course. Of course. Brrr, you're done. Yo, we still timed it. Yay. Wait, no one... Oh, no one got score, dude. I'm gonna get no Valor Stones from that. I didn't get the bonus Valor Stones, did I? Fuck. Alright, boys. It's a rule now. You must be getting some score from this. Or else... Fuck, dude. Okay, well, I mean, I knew I was gonna have to AFK, but I'm gonna have to AFK during the next one, too. Alright, good runs, boys. Good runs, boys. I might make a new group here. Okay, so I need to do Priory. I don't know how Priory works. Is Priory good? Is Priory bad? How does Priory do? Max slicing wins, has second highest priority inside your burst windows. Behind what? What is the behind fist? Okay, so like your opener should be... I mean, if you're getting it off in your... I mean, I guess you could get one later in the pull, though. I see. So, like, you pop your shit. You strike at the Windlord first. You fist. What I had been doing is Rising Sun Kick, Whirling Dragon Punch, and then Slicing Winds, just so I, like, get the Spinning Crane Kick stack. But you're saying just rip Slicing Winds. Just fist right into Slice. That makes sense. Conduit is before both fist and slice. That doesn't seem right. Alright, one second. I have to answer this phone call, I guess. Strike first, fist, conduit, strike again. Wait, is that a thing? Oh shit. Let me go hit a dummy real quick. I'm probably doing this shit bad style. I haven't really looked anything up. I've just been totally YOLOing it. Conduit is before the second fist, not the first. You want to Zwen, Storm Earth and Fire, Potion, Strike, Fist of Fury, Slice, Rising Sun Kick, Whirling Dragon Punch, Spinning Crane Kick, Blackout Kick, into Conduit, into second fist. Oh yeah, I mean that's what I've been doing, except I've just been doing my slicing later. But let me just feel that out real quick. Just a quick little feel. You know what I mean? Hit that. That pops into your second fist. Hey. Hey. So much damage. Alright. Immediately conduit into Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, repeat and you're good. Dude, that sounds good. That sounds fucking so good. Ooh, someone said don't use the spinning crane kick. Ooh, new tech? Keep the spinning crane kick proc, but after using Whirling Dragon Punch, immediately get the conduit. Wait, actually, how does that cast time thing reduce? Calls upon this to decrease the cooldown of... Oh! Does that include spinning crane kick? Calls upon to decrease the cooldown and then the channel time of Fist of Fury. Wait, it doesn't reduce the channel time of spinning crane kick. It's just Fist of Fury, unless you want it for, like, reduction. I'm going to try what you just said, but I think it's wrong. But I'm going to try it anyway, because why not? So instead of hitting the spinning crane kick here, you just channel. Then you do this, you do that, and then you fist. Oh, I didn't get the buff because of a bug, right? I didn't get Heart of the Jade Serpent. That's why you have to repress Celestial Conduit before it ends, because it can bug out and just not work. Beautiful. Dude, Windwalker is the most bugged spec of all time. I know I'm biased because I like Windwalker, but it does seem quite insane. Let's do Priory, boys. I'm gonna do my Priory as a 12. I'm gonna do Priory. I haven't done this yet. Like, I've done it. It says that I've done it, but I was getting carried during our, like, main raid. I was just having people carry my guy. So I haven't actually, like, done the dungeon. I do my own key, which means I'm getting Valor Stones for it. Let's go.
Any good treasure lately? Don't forget to repair your gear.
The only problem is I'm going to have to AFK in the middle of this. That makes me kind of want to do a dungeon I've already done. What do you guys think? Since this guy's going to be up there for like 30 minutes to fix this thing. Maybe I wait to start one until he's done. I kind of want to be a part of the whole dungeon. I don't like losing 1 mil overall. Because I'm just AFK, you know? I also definitely want to do higher keys because 10s feel like Omega bad. Nothing dies. Or everything dies instantly. I don't like it. Ooh, 2 Valor Stones stacked up over there, boys. Do a Cindy B with an Unholy DK? No. I don't like playing with Unholy DK because when they get that little Blood Beast to go crazy, it makes me feel bad. I'm not trying to feel bad. I'm trying to feel good. It is illegal that world quests give you 30 Valor Stones, by the way. Illegal. It should be like 5 times higher than that bare minimum.
Invaluable arcane tomes. Our mission is to retrieve them before they're lost to history. The fall of Dalaran shattered countless irreplaceable artifacts of immense power. It is our duty to preserve what we can.
You feel bad baseline as Windwalker? Yeah, it does feel bad that you're doing, like... Your class is good in 5 targets, but then if you add 10 more targets, you just lose by default because someone else isn't target capped and you are. That is definitely a shit feeling, no question.
Well done, champion. Your efforts
That was
have
fast.
safeguarded our knowledge
What about the
of
flow of
generations.
magic fixed? Where the fuck is that? Oh no, this better not be one of those fucking riddles. Oh no, dude. Oh no. Alright. Oh, dude, this is where everyone thinks I'm such an idiot too. I mean, and they're so right. Oh god, dude.
I could have done that one less click. That is so cooked. Alright, it's over. Alright, it's over, bro. Oh, wait, you can only do these? Wait, I'm a genius. Holy shit.
Done, champion. Your efforts have brought us one step closer to securing the crash site and Dalaran's legacy.
Alright, we got the Valor Stones. We can now do a single upgrade. Max, do you think that target caps are a necessary evil? No, actually. I think target caps existed because they wanted different classes to excel at different things. They wanted, like, classes with 3 target cleave to be the best 3 target cleave class. And there is a lot of that. They wanted a class to excel at, like, 5 targets. Like, let's say Windwalker, but then, like, in mass AoE, that's the thing where they're not as good. And that is, like, kind of true in Raid, right? But in Mythic Plus, the reality is if you don't mass AoE, you're bad. So it's like, in Mythic Plus is a huge part of the game. So I feel like everyone's AoE should be, like, just capped to the same thing. Which is usually, like, an 8 soft cap. And then, like, 20 is, like, the ultra hard cap. Just do that for everybody, I think. Would be good.
Inquiring minds just got to know.
Oh yeah, what am I upgrading? Probably my booties. Little boot uppy here.
How fare you?
So huge, dude. And then I think I'm gonna keep it at 675 because of the Harbinger of the Gilded thing, right?
Good health to you.
Any chance you try Unholy? I played DK last season. I don't think I'm gonna play Unholy because I've looked into the playstyle and it looks like not very fun. It just looks like good. Things that are good and not fun are not. It looks like really basic gameplay. Like, it looks like I've played Unholy when it's more fun than that, like, a ton of times. You should try Flame Shaper Dev. Yeah, that looks fun for sure. I don't know where I'm going right now, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a delve. The thing is, I haven't leveled up my delves this season, so is that going to be kind of cursed? Like, what shit is bountiful right now? Give me that bounty boy. Where's the bountiful delve? Get ready to do 1 through 7 again? Yeah, maybe I just don't do it. Just 0 delve season. Fuck it. I just want a game. I want to do all the dungeons that I haven't done. But I don't want to be interrupted in the middle of it, because then I'm not even seeing the full dungeon. But I can't do that until this guy leaves. So I'm a little stuck in a little pickle right now. Dude, I'm in a little pickle. A little tiny pickle. I guess I could do a heroic last 2 to try to get Jaster Diamond. But the last time I made a heroic raid, we wiped, and that scarred me for life, and it makes me never want to do raids again with pugs. So I might just never do that, and that's okay. Should try Priory. Bro, I mean, I'm down. I'm doing all of the keys. Like, I'm going to do this 12 Priory, right? I just don't, I don't currently have a, I don't want to AFK in the middle of it, and I'll have to. Actual content day today? I mean, yeah, I'm trying to. I just, I guess I could just do... Well, I don't want to do a heroic pug raid because then I'll, again, have to AFK. I just need to think of some content I can do. I mean, I just have to, like, do another dungeon with viewers, and it's okay if I AFK in it or something. That's the only thing that makes sense. Here, let's see. Does anyone have, like, a Theater of Pain or something? Riztown is the group. You can sign up to game, or if you have a key, you can put the key in the note. Game. Richard Loaf. 0 score, 635 lock sign up. God, I respect the fuck out of that dude. Ooh, 12 Theater of Pain. Okay. Ooh, this guy also has a Theater of Pain 12. You made fun of me last year for playing Rhett. So you just signed up just to say that? Okay. 12 Priory. Bro, I don't want to do the 12 Priory with Let's do the I'm beefed up guy. So that's a 12. We're going to do Theater of Pain. So this is for Theater of Pain boys. Jimmy McGill wants to game. We can do that. And then we'll get a nice little priest. We'll get this guy. And a nice little tank, which would be... Oh, I haven't seen a Blood Decay yet. Theater of Pain it is. And then we'll do some actual fun keys after this. When this guy goes away. I will almost certainly have to AFK in this key as well. What's wrong with AFKing raid? Well, if I was going to pug a heroic, I would be AFKing with people. Like, something I like doing is just going into a heroic raid and just fucking seeing what happens. You know? Not even on some undercover shit, just like observing people. All right, let's go. Keyhole. Max, have you ever tried to have a decent Mog? What are you saying? Dude, some of you guys are so rude. When you guys greet your friends, are you like, hey man, why does your style suck? That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say. It's so mean. Yeah, send that shit, big dog. Sorry.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Does Max know the skip? Are you talking about where you just mind soothe and walk past these guys? What an insane skip. Holy shit, that was insane. I feel like I'm gonna die here. I don't know why. That hit so hard. Oh, I'm just defusing. That seems scary. 3 targets, do you just spin over Rising Sun Kick, by the way, except for activating?
Dance. Dance.
Like, not just pure throughput, by the way, not like actually killing the mob that matters.
Frontal.
Who knows? All right, I appreciate a good makeup.
Frontal. AOE.
Is that all? I thought we were in for a show. What a disappointment.
What you asked didn't hear? Bro, I'm listening to music. I need to turn this down just in case my door gets knocked on, by the way. Where we going, fellas? We're at a moment of indecision. Oh, this pull. I've done this before. This is sketchy.
So fleeting, so fragile.
Am I supposed to be watching for anything here?
AOE.
This Karma the Soulstorm? No, bro. Were you expecting that? Were you expecting me to just say no? I won't do it. I don't want to use Strike at Landlord. So I won't fucking do it. Alright, I'm not clicking one of these. I do not know where we go. Okay, now I am. Why are these guys at half health? What has happened? Are they built bad? Do they just start that low? They have a shield you can purge. Okay. Say less, buddy. No, I mean it. Fucking don't talk, kid. Bro. Oh, and we're yelling.
AOE.
I would have played that differently. Seems like you still keep Rising Sun Kick on CD on 3 targets. Are you saying you think I'm doing that, or you think that you should be doing that?
Yeah.
Let's get some spell steals going here, boys. This is getting dangerous out here. Oh, that guy got 1 shot to a bone spear. That was hype. Ain't no way that's hitting me.
Dodge.
Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. That looks dangerous.
Hit. Dance.
Should I just like 2-minute this guy because people are running back? I think I do. Yeah. Oh, well, Bone Storm though. Can't really do anything here. It's crackling, by the way. Nah, I'm greedy. I'm not gonna use my 2 minutes here. I'm not even gonna clones. No, I should have though. There's people dead. Do I even care about my group? Think about it. Oh, we're dragging some stuff in. Okay, well now... okay, well now okay. Just feeling very indecisive at the moment. I don't like anything that's happening at the moment. I don't like my decision-making skills at the moment. I feel like they're built terrible.
Dodge. Dodge. Dodge.
I feel like with 1 minute 30, you almost never hold CDs. Yeah, I know you're right, but fucking shut up, you know? Just, I don't want to hear it. Oh, I don't know how this boss works. This boss scared me last time.
Your souls are mine to claim.
So you dodge these. And like I'm supposed to just don't hit people with these. And then we spawn ads all together. Oh, I should have used clones on the ads, eh? I just hit an A. Oh wait, spinning crane kick procs. Just kidding. No, oh, I'm dying. I'm dying. Health bot. Holy fuck! I probably just hit an orb. That's what must have done damage to me. Oh. Next, slamming cities here soon. This boss seems kind of chill, actually. I especially like it when it's not trying to kill me. Karma the fuck out of that. No problem. I feel like 5 melee Well of Darkness would be really annoying. Can we just ignore ads hit boss? Definitely, yeah. Bro. Oh my. Bro, I hope you guys saw that. I tried to ring a piece of those ads twice. It kept trying to go on the ceiling, and then I got confused, and then an orb almost killed me.
Dodge. 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 Dodge.
Me and the tank are not mind melded. This guy's a lot of HP.
Dodge.
Staying in.
Glory will be mine.
AoE. Dodge. AoE. Dodge. AoE. Dodge. AoE. Here. Here.
That ring did nothing, and I wanted it to do something. This hurting? Okay, I'm gonna help that. Does Touch of Death targeting seem more consistent this patch? It seems like it's a little bit more responsive.
Your bones will adorn my armor.
What does this mean?
AoE.
Ooh, it means that.
AoE. AoE. AoE.
No clones here. Who do we fight next? Oh, 1 second. I just got a text. Oh. We're good. We can go. It's not who I thought it was.
Had best make this interesting. Calm before the storm. Can you
Dodge.
match my strength?
At this point, I wait until the PvP to use 2 minutes, right?
Dodge.
You show me what you can do.
Buddy. You're so fucking done, by the way.
My blade
Dude, get karma'd, by the way. Dude, you're so fucking done. Dude, nice fucking knock. Dude, okay. It's whatever. Dude, get fucking... Oh, no, I have to defuse. No, stop it. Dude, who won? No! I'm actually pissed. I'm actually mad. It's whatever, though. I'm not gonna hold this against Moonkins for the rest of my life or something. Dude, again? Again? Who is it again? Bro, I have no CDs. I use them all on you. Whatever that is, get the fuck off me. You know, just fucking kill me. Let's go back. You win. I just let you win, though. It's whatever. I just let you win. It's fine. Sometimes you let people win. It's whatever. Dude, why is that? Does it give you a massive shield when you go down? Wait, is that from the fucking priest? Bro, the priest is fucking cheating. Oh, I should probably just be hitting boss, yeah. Alright, bro. Just know without the... Bro, you're getting boosted by the priest, by the way, Mr. McGill. No fucking show. He typed 2-0 in the chat. I'm tilted. And I'm mad. I want to see how many pulls we're doing here. Is it just this? What's happening? Oh, yeah. Just dispelling, because I'm a good friend of the group. Dispelling again. Massive friend of the group. Wait, what does that even do? I hope I'm dispelling something that matters. We're skipping gas bag, I assume.
Dodge.
Oop, frontal backle.
Dodge.
Oh my Jesus, that was sketchy.
Dodge. Dodge.
Was the fist the right play there? Probably not. Now it's not on cooldown. It's not off. Well, am I gonna use this shit on? Are we going into boss? Ooh, okay, that's fun. That was so sketchy, actually. Oh, I should have struck at the Windlord there. Fuck me. Surprised this guy's not done yet. I'm probably gonna have to AFK on like the last boss, dude. This kind of sucks.
Return to the central chamber. It's time to begin the main event. Soldiers of Maldraxxus, are you ready for some carnage? A rising stars now.
Oh yeah, this is the frontal killed me on this dungeon last time. There's like a charge near the end of this fight from like the dudes, and I don't know how to read it. I died to it last time.
Behold my power and despair. You shall be swept into oblivion. Death itself demands your souls. My magic reaches beyond your mortal ken.
I think it's later in the fight that I'm not super aware of.
Demands your songs.
I remember this lineup. This lineup's fun. Or is this the one where it's like suck into nothing?
You shall be swept into oblivion. Your wanton slaughter will be returned
Your survival wasn't
I could have diffused, I just didn't think it would hit that hard. I didn't think I would die in a 12. Because I died to this thing last time. I don't know how the end of this fight works. Oh, okay, so they just charge where they're facing. Oop, and they go through. Okay.
Death itself demands your songs. My magic reaches beyond your mortal ken.
Dodge.
Death itself demands your songs. My magic reaches beyond your mortal ken.
Well done.
Yay. Great job. And they didn't even, I didn't even need an AFK during the dungeon.
I can hardly believe it. All hail the new champions of the arena. Victory
Yay.
and glory are yours. May you fight forever. More walkers.
Max, thoughts on Ellesmere Oracle Rampage? Wait, is there more? Yo, good run, boys. Ooh, now this is fun. I don't know where I spend my shit now. It's possible that crafting a piece is the play. Crafting 675 right now. But I just simply don't know what to craft, though. I just don't know what to craft. Like, my neck is good. Haze Mastery. My ring is good. Haze Mastery. I guess I could craft a mythic ring and replace Circe's circlet, maybe. I would sim it. No, I don't like robots. Oh man, I mean, basically, I already crafted belt. I already have mythic track boots that are perfect stats. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just like ring, right? Because like I have neck. Okay, but if I craft ring or neck, it's definitely a hold until vault angle, right? Because I could just loot one out of my vault. Cloak? Maybe. What's your tier off piece? Ooh, that's a really good point, actually. Maybe it's legs. But the thing is, I don't think I have tier chest, although I could catalyze my tier chest, but that would feel bad to use a catalyst charge on a heroic piece. Okay, I'm pretty sure the answer is pants. Don't you have like 4? I already used 1 though, so I think I have like 3.
So I would only have 2 catalyst charges after this. That sounds... We get another one next week. Okay, then that doesn't feel too bad. So if I get a bunch of mythic tier, like worst case scenario, I basically, oh wait, I know I'd only need, no, I need 4. Basically what I'd be saying is it more or less likely that I would get 4 pieces of mythic catalyzable tier within 4 weeks. That's unlikely. So I think you actually just do this. Can you catalyze a craft, or not catalyze a craft? Okay, I would just catalyze this and turn it into a tier and then craft. Okay, that's the move. Because my legs currently are crit verse, which is so bad. I could also just do a heroic galley real quick and take the omni tokens. But heroic raids have a point of failure. I don't like that. Alright, question.
I have an extended supply of goods for outlet.
Oh wait, it's gonna cost me, Oh, I already created the spark. We're Gucci. Okay, so I just need legs. Cool. I might be out of gold, unless someone can craft it for free, unless Pete's around. Low key out of gold. Yeah, a little out of gold at the moment. Gloom, Fathom, Hide. Those are cheap. We're good. We're on track at the moment. Crystal, Fused, Hide. Need 3 of those bad boys. Storm Charged Leather is gonna be like 110 of those. Oh, let's do 111. That's right? Yeah. Oh, we got some vacuuming going on. Dude, just a legendary stream as far as sounds we have to hear. Chitin armor banding. And we don't even need an embellishment, do we? Bro, this shit was insanely cheap. Yo, is Pete around? I don't think Pete's online, bro. Missive? I already have a missive, fairly sure. I think I was smart enough the last time I bought missives. I am, dude. I'm so smart. Pete said he's out for a while. Oh shit, okay. Yo, anyone on stream want to craft me these legs for free? Any free pass gamers? Any for free? Send to viralized. Sending it. W viralized, W viralized. And then I also need to go ahead and catalyze the chest, right? Yeah. God, is it... Okay, is it lazy to just not do a heroic galley and catalyze this chest instead? It is lazy, but I'm doing it. It is lazy, but dear God, I'm doing it. We're gonna have 3 next week for any of the mythic pieces I get. It'll be fine. Bruh, it... Wait, do you still need ring? I mean, I have a ring. We're good.
Do you feel a change in the ring?
Oh, I'm gonna need another, is it like some kind of leg armor?
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Armor kit. Stormbound armor kit.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Alright, now I just gotta wait for him to make my item, and then we're good. Why do you always play Windwalker? I don't know, I like it. I guess. Windwalker is just a ton of fun for me. Hit a reload, it's done. If it's not showing up in your mail, oh, I just saw it pop up. We're good. Dude, thank you, big dog, huge king. Okay, my stats now are feeling amazing, by the way. Why did I buy an armor kit? I already had one. Fuck. So I still have 4-piece. By the way, I don't know what my 4-piece does. I know what winning streak is, but like increases the chance of your rising sun kick. Or increase the damage of your rising sun kick and spinning crank by 3% second 10 times. Rising sun kick and spinning crank kick have a 15% chance to remove it. Okay. Fist of Fury applies 1 stack of winning streak when cast and when finished channeling completely. The damage of your next Fist of Fury is increased by 8% per stack when it's removed. Okay. So you just ignore it and you do more damage sometimes. W. Okay, what are my stats looking like? What do you guys think? I got 2k crit. I got 1k verse, 26k mastery, and 15k haste. We feeling good? Feeling all right stat-wise? He doesn't even know his tier set. I mean, okay, so true, but if you think about it, let's just say there's a scenario where my tier set was like really important and needed to be played around. I would have known it before now. Like the fact that this tier set does nothing and the fact that I didn't know it isn't surprising because the difference between me knowing it and not knowing it is irrelevant. You're at a point where House of Cards doesn't even make sense because you have so much mastery. Does anyone have some actual information on that except for making it up, though? You know? Like everyone keeps mentioning diminishing returns, but like, do we even really know when that starts hitting hard? I know there's an add-on for it. Just put it in the robot? Bro, I hate robots, though. Max, I think you had a top 5 overall damage for that plus 12 top. What do you mean? What do you mean a top 5 damage? What are you fucking talking about? Of every 12 theater of pain ever? Bro, are you just fucking saying things right now? Who the fuck logs Mythic Plus dungeons? Oh, top 5 in my group. So true. I mean, Rizzy is a goddamn beast, though. So that's not surprising. So how do you play the, like, Mythic Plus Cleave build that I've named Turtle Bazooka Hybrid? So you lose Transfer the Power, you lose Fury of Zwen, you lose Rushing Jade Wind in favor of Ferociousness, Crackling Jade Lightning Cleave, and one other talent?
Oh, you also lose Jade Ignition. Okay, I mean, that seems like a decent trade-off. Well, how does this feel? Actually, how does Drinking Horn cover play into this? When do you even crackle? I mean, just like a long time from now. Ooh, it feels nice on the opener, though. It feels nice having Drinking Horn cover initially. Then what do you do with 20 stacks? You cleave that shit like crazy? You like Strike of the Windlord and fucking crack. Oh wait, that does insane damage. What the fuck? That's sick. That does fucking insane damn. Why don't you play that Mythic Plus? I guess it's more like it's not there on the opener. Furious Wen is just also really nice. And I guess it's just for more... Dude, I mean, I could see a world where you actually want AoE Crackle in a dungeon. Because, like, I feel like a lot of Jade Ignition, Rushing Jade Wind stuff is... I don't know. No. I think this is right. Like, how much did one... Bro, one cast of this shit did so much damage. Oh, boy. I didn't even use clones either. I mean, dude, honestly, I would bet in, like, Theater of Pain that this build is probably better than, or, like, really competitive with, like, the regular Mythic Plus build. Max, about the House of Cards, when you already have a trinket that stacks a stat that you already have so much of, it doesn't do much. You're better off using Funhouse Lens, but we are not talking about a 5 to 10% damage gain, which is not much. I mean, 5 to 10% is a massive amount. That is a insanely large number. Do you mean overall damage, or do you mean just during the window? I mean, even during the window, that's a huge fucking number. I do have another trinket I can use in place of it. House of Cards. I got the other thing, whatever it's called. Where is it? Signet of the Priory? Is that the goodie? Oh no, that's a 2-minute CD. That's cursed. Oh, but that's also just gonna give me mastery, so it's same shit. Oh, that's a Delve trinket. Yeah. Yes. Max, can you share that Crackle build? Are you asking me to share with you the string for Turtle Bazooka Hybrid? I will do this. I will do it. Here you go. So now you can see that. Wait, what is going on Twitter right now? Played Oracle Disc for 1 day and why does anyone not want this nerf? This has to be the most boring spec I've ever played. So sick. Does it actually use Jade Lightning? Yeah, Turtle Bazooka Hybrid? Yeah. Can't you tell by the name? By the way, I can't really start... We can't really start another key until this guy, until this guy's done. Max, do you think players who do high-level Mythic Plus are good at the game because they raid or because they are doing high-level myth... What? Max, do you think players who do high-level Mythic Plus are good at the game because they raid or because they are doing high-level Mythic... I feel like you're trying to ask me something different than what you're actually saying, because that makes no sense, but... I guess the better way to put it is like... like just PvEing in general makes you better at PvE. If you want to get sick at PvE, you should PvE a lot. Mythic Plus is a really good avenue for that. Because it's kind of the thing you can do to just infinitely play the game. But also, like, if you're talking about, like, doing the hardest content to get better, like there's nothing in any Mythic Plus dungeon that will challenge you as much as, like, you know, doing, like, Mythic Mugsy in the first week, or, like, Mythic Ansurek for, like World First Race level. Like, it gets nerfed pretty quickly after that, but, like, that's, like, the peak of, like, trying to challenge yourself. But also, you can only do that once a patch, and then it's over, right? So, like, both have a place for getting better at the game, but... I mean, I think that's what you're trying to ask me. I don't really know if that's what you wanted to hear. That I'm very confused. That's what you asked? Okay, cool. I was glad I was able to help. That confused the fuck out of me, by the way. Oh, we have a new raider, everybody. We have a new raider in Liquid Jild. As of literally like 2 minutes ago. It is a healer. Wait, I don't know if it's public though. I guess they joined our Discord, so did they join our Discord? It is Timbermaw. Timbermaw. You're making shit up again? Bro, I'm not making shit up. Who the hell is Timbermaw? Damn, you guys are hooing him? Jesus Christ. That's so mean. Do you regret maining Windwalker this season yet? No, it's actually a lot of fun. Like, realistically, I don't play the game enough. I play like a couple hours a day. I don't really have any aspirations to do, like, the literal highest level keys and grind keys all day. So I feel like Windwalker is good enough in keys. I have a lot of fun playing it, and there's no key level I'll be able to do where I can't do it as a Windwalker, realistically, without, like, playing all day. So I feel like it'll be good. Someone in chat said, I've never cared about or followed a healer unlucky. That's so based, by the way. Holy shit. Just saying that for no reason. Max, how is it that Liquid needs another healer though? We have one less healer than we had last raid. Needed a young replacement. And then I think like Boomy and Yips played with Timber in some content, and they said he was good. Is the Sevi going back to DPS? No. Did you mess around with your distance or something? Why does your game look different while dragon riding? I think I have... I don't know if I ran a script, but I think it's an accessibility, actually. There's like a... Oh, there it is. Yeah. Skywriting, screen effects, and skywriting. Is this what you're talking about? So now does it look normal style? This what dragon riding looks like? I just have it turned off. Max, what's your favorite thing about me as a person? Asked Dylan T in chat. Well, I don't know much about you, Dylan T, but I know you watch my stream, so that means you're a fucking good guy. Just straight up. I know that. Alright, dude, I don't know what's going on with this AC thing, but I'm in this permanent limbo of, like, being unable to start a key. And I have to leave my house in like an hour anyway, so I might be dipping. Might be dipping. I feel like I just am kind of like... not my fault, I would have streamed longer today. It's just my AC was leaking and causing ceiling damage. Oh, dude, Piss Baby messaged me though. Oh, that sounds so fun. We could play with the Dev Evoker. Nah, I think we just end it. Cause I have to leave in an hour and I'm gonna have to like deal with this AC thing and be AFK anyway. I think I just dip. Yeah. Alright. Let me take you guys, I'll see you guys. Wait, what's tomorrow? I can stream tomorrow, yeah. I'll probably stream tomorrow. Alright, see you boys.